What's going on? Bust down, Pantheonas. Happy Thursday. What's going on?
Happy Thursday.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
I'm doing okay today.
Ugh.
How about you? You feel good? You just yawned. You begin with a
No, I'm,
yawn.
I'm
I
I'm
don't know what
good.
that
That was
tells our audience.
no, it was it's all good. You know what I'm saying? That was just that's a little bit of hard work on.
That's the I earned this yawn. Now it's time to
Yeah,
talk
I
about
earned
Black
that
Panther
on
3. It's time to talk about the Doom female. It's time to talk about Super Mario.
for sure. Blue, I'll get you a. You always welcome. I'll get you a chat here or a link here in a second. A lot to talk about tonight. Black Panther 3 news, maybe potentially. That post that got everybody riled up though has been deleted. The scoop. So I don't know what to read into that, but we'll talk about it later. Also, Super Mario had a trailer that came out this week. Looks awesome to me. Looks absolutely awesome. I don't know if you saw it or not. It doesn't seem like you've
Pull
seen
it.
it.
No, pull it up.
Okay,
I saw Brie Larson though. Brie Larson was like, "Yo, I'm at Nintendo World, and I'm gonna play Rosalina. This is a
that's
dream
hard.
come true."
Nice. Okay.
But
Cool.
it's
I
not
didn't
a dream
realize
come
who
true.
was voicing her because she didn't talk in the preview. But yeah, we'll pull that up. We'll give it a look. We've got a bunch of Doctor Doom news to discuss. A lot of things have been conveniently leaked right at the time where we were arguing about the hype and whether or not people were actually excited about Doomsday. Then all of a sudden, oh man, look at all these Doctor Doom leaks that we're getting. So we'll discuss those and plus Oscar Isaac and some things that he had to say. So we'll get into it all. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe on Chillmonger's channel, Chillmonger on my channel, Back of the Bus. Make sure you go tear all those up. Go to Planet Fanatics, do the same. We'll get you kicked off here.
What about Blues House? Should they subscribe to that one or no?
Absolutely, subscribe to Blues House. But like when you get there, let them know who
Yeah,
sent you. Just tell them that the Pantheon sent you. Make sure that you
exactly.
know that you're a Pantheon referral.
Pantheon Unlimited, Blues House.
That is hilarious. Hold on, let me get where do you go for the and there we go. Okay. I got it.
You know what I was just thinking randomly? I was just thinking about how Disney owns the Power Rangers. I was looking over some Power Ranger stuff,
They
and
sure
like,
do.
damn, they have the Avatar franchise too. They got the Power
Mhm.
Rangers thing, Predator, which is in the movie theaters right now. These Simpsons, they have everything.
They're an acquisition company, bro. I told you. They don't create shit. They buy it. They buy
They
it.
don't create. Well, I was gonna talk about some of the older like the fairy tale stuff, but they didn't create those fairy
They didn't
tales.
create those either. Like, bro, again, Lion King, most of their Disney princess stuff is like old folklore. That's like
Pinocchio,
public
the Little
public
Mermaid.
domain shit. Yeah. All that stuff is public domain stuff that the original copyrights ran off over a century ago on some of those stories. So eh, I don't know.
Frozen.
Sure. I don't know. Now don't let me sell them completely short. Every now and again, they have so much size. Pause.
Yeah.
They're large as a company that like something has to squeak out of there every now and again. Hey, look at Darius. Look at that. We ain't even 10 minutes in. Oh, look at that. Yeah.
Yeah. Trying to be
That
on
boy
time
was
today.
speeding on them E-ways. He said, "To hell with you, Sooner cops."
He said, "I watch Disney Cars."
Lightning McQueen, baby.
Oh no, I shouldn't even give them points for that because that's Pixar, which they acquired.
Which they acquired, but I mean, even still, once you acquire it and they continue to make good things, I guess then you can take credit for it because they acquired
Nope.
Lucasfilm and they had a hard time. You know what I'm saying? They've had a hard time to make good things after the acquisition. So you got to give a little bit of credit where credit is due. They've still made some good things. They've made Toy Story 2, Toy Story 2, Toy Story 3. You know, they've had some good things.
I could have sworn the same guy. I think his name's Peter Wood. I think is the same guy who was in charge of Pixar in 1991.
So I was just saying from the fact that they probably were already in production for Toy Story 1 when they were acquired by Disney. So I guess I was just giving them a little bit more credit for the forward thinking of actually having that project in the stable during the acquisition. Now, the rest of them, those are Disney projects. You just got to eat the bullet on that one. But I give one to the original creators. Damn, what hoodie Andre wear? I think. Oh, yeah. Hoodie boys. My bad. I got a hoodie around here somewhere. It's kind of hot in this room though.
Me and Darius did the best Disney songs, and the winner was "I Can't Wait to Be King." That one to the Hercules song.
Which Hercules song? I will reach the odds. I will go the distance. That one.
Zero to Hero.
I mean, I love that song. I don't know if that's the best song in Hercules, though.
So, what are your finalists
in Hercules?
What are your finalists for best Disney song? What would it?
Okay, yeah. Can't Wait to Be King for sure. Hakuna Matata has to be in there. Ooh,
it's just all Lion King.
It's mostly Lion King. I will give. Go the Distance has to be in there. Ooh, Mulan song, the general. Let's get down to business to defeat the Huns. That's my shit. That is my shit. So I guess 4. Yeah. And to round it out, good Disney songs. Ooh. I'm gonna come up to this generation. We don't talk about Bruno and Kanto.
Oh,
instant classic. One. Instant classic.
They'll play that on the radio. That's a good song.
We don't talk about Bruno, no. We don't talk about Bruno.
They play it on the radio. What the hell?
Yeah, I've heard it.
They playing Disney songs on the radio.
I was about to say Canada Wild. Canada Wild. But okay, so yeah, sometimes like a top 20 station or something like that, pop stations will pay Disney music. That happens from time to time. Colors of the Wind, Pocahontas. Yeah, Culture Man.
What y'all think of the Toy Story trailer teaser?
Toy Story was all right. Super Mario, man, I can't wait to see that shit. Cannot wait to see that.
I didn't see the Toy Story trailer. I was waiting to do it on stream just to get a completely true reaction. I don't know, bro. I'm worried about this.
About Toy Story?
Yeah, like the third one was great. It was a good ending. The fourth one, okay, well, this is more personal with Bo Peep and Woody. Yeah. So what are you guys gonna do with me? The fifth one? What is it now? Technology is the new toy?
Yeah, I was gonna say it's very obvious premise.
The fourth one sucked.
I think if it's done well, they could get something out of it. What I worry about Toy Story is them falling into Fast and Furious territory. The studio hasn't moved on to some other IP, so they just keep ringing the rag on Toy Story, and then all of a sudden it'll be like, all right, we don't want to see Toy Story no more. Like, put Toy Story away, please.
I think this is it for them, but I still
think last one was it for them. They dropped Woody off at a goddamn RV park. How is he even back with Bonnie? How did that happen?
Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. But the third one was the perfect ending. It should have ended there. That fourth one was possum spit. The fifth one, actually, I'm optimistic about it. I think it has a pretty good concept. I like the idea of it being real, technology. Like, I mean, we all saw the video of the little boy saying, when he got asked what cartoons are you watching, and he named what? I think didn't he say Kai Cenat? And he's like, no, cartoons, like Cartoon Network. He's like, what? Yeah. What's that? So it's like, kids don't. I ask this all the time. It's us grown-ass adults keeping Hasbro and Marvel Legends in business because it ain't these kids.
But we've known that for years, though. We've known for years that in terms of figures and even some of the toy merch, the stuff that's branded for kids, but kids ain't buying it, or American economy or Western economies, it ain't like everything's going great right now. You don't have a lot of extra stuff. So who's actually spending money on those things? It's adults. It's enthusiastic adults. That is the lion's share of the purchasing power in those places. I wish they would accept that and not be on this everlasting quest to make their core audience very pliable and ever young.
Yeah, but I think that that's the premise I believe in this Toy Story film. Lily Pad is going to be the villain, and Bonnie's going to be spending a lot of time with her instead of the toys, like these kids
what kind
actually
of
do.
Badlands was a good movie, but I will never intentionally watch it again. It's the most conflicted statement I've read all day.
There must be something that like against his morals inside that movie.
Inside of the movie, like I was decent, but I'll never watch you again. Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Darius. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh no, that was it. Just that. I think that's the premise for it. Lily Pad's going to be the villain, and
can you blame a kid? Because let's pretend we'll reverse back in time. We're all 8 years old right now. We want to be entertained by something, right? We go to the television, and television has these preset shows. That's the only way to entertain us. And then around 10 o'clock, those shows, or 9 o'clock, those shows stop. Things get more adultified. You have a very tight window to be entertained by something. Today's kids, it's on demand. What they want is right in front of them. Of course, they're not going to be into cartoons. They'd rather see, Kai Cenat clips of Speed and everyone else.
It's still wild that they don't know what, like, that clip is still wild, though, when that little kid doesn't know what a cartoon is.
It's not that wild when you think about where the kids are and then how the media companies hoard their content now, right? So, like,
is Nickelodeon not a thing anymore? Is that, are those still channels?
That's the point I'm getting to. If most of the kids are watching their content here, how does Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon, or Disney Channel play into their lives at all? Plus, most of these kids now who are cartoon age have grown up in an era of anti-cable, cord cutters, right? Everything is streaming. Streaming is the only thing that they know. They don't know that there's a more efficient way to watch your shows. Video on demand is like a rumor to them. They don't know anything about that. And they don't know shit about that. So like the idea that a library of instantaneously viewable content is like futuristic and new to them, it's the same machine redone on the internet as opposed to hardlined into your house. It's the same gambit, but now they're focused here on these type of platforms for their content, not on the television screen. And guys or entities like Cartoon Network and Disney Channel and Nickelodeon either never made their way over here or tried to keep their content away from being over here because it's free over here. And we'd rather take pennies away from babies than to let something free go. So, we ain't letting shit go for free.
What those TikTok shorts are not giving you is long form storytelling and rewarding things because you know something from a long time ago. Mm-hmm. TikTok and stuff will have like Super Hot Fire. It'll have a reoccurring character who does basically the same thing for 5 minutes, and then you don't see him again for how many years it is between videos. Mm-hmm. They don't give you Avatar: The Last Airbender 3 seasons and just
exactly
love.
And so it's funny that you say that because I can even notice it with my son. He knows certain pop culture figures without actually knowing them. Like he's seen them in a meme reel. He's seen like a clip of a show in a meme reel or something like that, or in the middle of some YouTuber's video. But like he doesn't actually know. That's why we're working our way through the Dragon Ball Z sagas right now. You know what I'm saying? We're on to the second Buu saga, or the first Buu saga, excuse me, is where we're at right now. But he knew the names of these characters, knew some of the rough concept of what was going on in Dragon Ball, but couldn't tell me about Planet Namek. Didn't tell me about how like, I thought Goku died in the last one. How was he? You know what I'm saying? Like he doesn't get it because he hasn't watched the show. He only has this uncontextualized version of what this stuff was, and that's what they're getting from social media now.
I thought it was video games, like social media taught him Goku.
Video games too, right? Like Fortnite is probably a big way that he knows Invincible because of Fortnite. He knows about Squid Games because of Fortnite. I'm not allowing him to watch this stuff. He sees it on the game, and so again, he has a cultural reference of it, but has no idea what the hell he's referencing or what he's talking about. And I think that's a lot of kids nowadays. They pick up on it because now our TV has a secondary market of advertisement, which is social media or other media like games and stuff like that. We didn't have that. You either watched the shit and you was into it, or you didn't know nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? Or it was lame. If there was no secondary market of viewership where you can kind of be into it, but not really know what's going on because you don't actually watch this stuff full time.
Yeah, that explains Bonnie in this new movie.
Pretty much.
Yeah, it's it's still wild. Still wild. Like Friday nights, that's Disney Channel movies. Like I don't know. I just remember like because I was a Cartoon Network kid. I watched all of them, but I guess I was more on Disney. Cartoon Network for sure. Later in the evenings, but I remember Disney Channel original movies being like a big ass deal. Like the countdowns, the trailers, the Friday night premiere.
Yeah, but those were campaigns that were built up based on a cable viewership kind of model. I don't think you can have those type of things on streaming. I don't think you can have a movie marathon of your favorite franchise on streaming. I don't think, because it's already there. How could you specialize it? Like the marathon is waiting for you instantly. It's not special on a streaming service because I could do this at any moment. So like when it was cable and when it was scheduled programming, the idea that you would be able to have a straight through viewership of Star Wars, of Lord of the Rings, of Godfather, of Indiana Jones, right? AMC to this day is my favorite channel because that's what they do, right? Yeah. They bring up classic movies and they will run them all day. You would never find a bad movie on AMC, period. Unless they doing some of that Anne Rice shit. I'm not a fan, but but usually you will never find bad content on AMC because they're usually running the classics of the classics. I don't think that works for streaming anymore. I don't think the Friday night primetime, the TGIF stuff, I don't think that that's something that they can do.
They try it. I remember Marvel had the Fantastic Four 90s cartoon on. I was one of 5 people watching. I remember Ianu on their channel. They're always live streaming, and it's like only 3-4 people are watching the show live on YouTube because like it's I can find the stuff on demand on what's it called? HBO Max, right?
HBO Max, yep. I kind of do that with the HBO shows. Sometimes I'll watch them live while they're playing on TV, and then sometimes if I miss it, I'm not tripping, obviously, because you can go back and watch it. But I try my best to give my viewership to the, well, not try my best. I'm paying for it, so watching cable. But even with that, I have peeped years ago. Maybe I had a little bit of a head start because I work for a cable company, but I had peeped years ago that, okay, so you telling me that y'all all picking up a streaming service, but if I already paid my cable subscription, I have access to said service. So why would I switch? Well, you can get it for $4 for 3 of them. I'm getting it for $3.99 now. So again,
I think streaming it's gonna be a bubble on streaming.
Why would I switch?
I'm just saying Bonnie is looking more and more reasonable with a lot of these conversations we're having. Bonnie is right for choosing that other toy instead of the physical little toys.
She's right for choosing the tablet?
She's choosing the more efficient, the more rewarding toy. She's choosing the toy that does more productivity, more enjoyment.
What are you, an Apple rep? You working for Amazon? Technology plant down there. Technology plant. By the way,
they can't all be wrong.
No, it's what it is. It's more algorithmically pleasing. Like it's built to keep you hooked on it. When you went to go pick up a damn baseball bat when you was 10 years old, there was nothing about that baseball bat that would make you forget about your life outside of the baseball bat. There's nothing about it that
baseball sports equipment in the same category as
okay, a fucking Jack in the Box.
Yeah, baseball bat. Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like any physical toy that you want to name, a frisbee, got
a
a Bop
chessboard.
It. Did you have a Bop It when you was a kid? A goddamn Bop It.
I'd Bop It Extreme too.
But that Bop It
video
pissed
now.
you off enough that an hour in, you was gonna put that motherfucker down. You know what I'm saying? There was no incentive to keep it on you no matter what, and sleep with it, and watch it right before you go to bed, and watch it first thing when you wake up. That's what tablets teach kids to do. It's a segue into cell phones. So it's no, I don't think it's
they one
more
and the same. They one and the same to me. Tablet, cell phone, one and the same.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the point. Is to get your kids used to having this electronic device that they're dependent on. Screen time is important, folks. Sure.
And it's different than when we grew up. I think we had just as much screen time as they did. Well, I did.
But I don't think it's the same type of screen time, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. It's different type of screen time that we had.
Even the television shows and the video games we were playing were not so immersive. Like if I was playing a game for hours in the basement, I'm probably beating it. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm probably just trying to beat the game. There is no like staying up to 4 in the morning in a Call of Duty lobby. I don't understand it. I don't get it. It's repetitive. Maybe it's because I'm not really good at it too. But like they kind of killed the Call of Duty franchise, at least for me. You know, I know but millions of people still love it. They still hopping in them lobbies, but I just don't get it.
I still fuck with it, but I feel what you're saying. I don't play video games as much as I did in like my 20s.
You know why though, Blue? It's because it's all online play, no more co-opting. There's no reason for you to sit.
I don't even wear the headphones.
Games only come out every 4 or 5 years because it takes them so long to make them.
I don't even rock the head. I bought a brand new pair of headphones. They still in the box. I don't even put them joints on because it's like I don't even want to hear y'all talk. You know what I'm saying? I don't even want to talk to y'all. I just be because you know what I'm saying. Back, I guess me growing up, all games were solo games unless you did the split screen,
exactly
007 or something like. You know what I'm saying? Oh shit! What you got going on back there, man?
My hat fell down.
But you know what I'm saying. So
the toys are alive.
Yeah, they're alive. So then when Live came out, and I really got into it, like doing the like you said, co-op and all of that stuff. It sooner or later just got it, and it became. I hate using the word toxic, but shit, it just got bad.
No, but that's what it is, bro. I still play. I play it. I've been talking to Josh about this all the time. I play Red Dead still on my PS4, right? Because the lobby's still open and it's still rocking. So I get down, but I'm a black cowboy, right? Playing a you know what I'm saying? And you already know what type of com they be on. So about 20 minutes in every trip, I'm like, all right, well, I'm either about to posse up or I'm out of here because it'd be bullshit. It really is. And I know it's like that in other games because it's the same people playing.
Same people. And they ain't going back and forth on 12-year-old white supremacist. I'm not doing it.
Is Toy Story going to do a video game? They've done that in the past, but it's not. I don't know. Or do they just rely now on Fortnite skins when it comes to that kind of stuff?
That's a good question. I don't, and I ain't trying to hijack y'all show, man. But that's a good question, man. Like I don't see studios doing the video game route no more.
No.
To sell a product, you know what I'm saying? It used to be. Because if we're looking at it the way they're doing it now, they're giving us all this ancillary data now. Oh, we sold 8 magazine subscriptions and it made Superman go over or made Fantastic Four. You know what I'm saying? They're giving us all this type of information now. Why not put that into something that's actual tangible or something that I can actually rock with, like a video game, like you said, Chill. I don't know what's going on with that. Toy Story had a dope game back in the day too. It was actually pretty fun.
All the movies had video games. But then they weren't, hey, go play with somebody in Japan. It was, no, you got to sit down in your living room with another person in your house, and you got to play this game for hours on end. And then, first of all, battery, pause. But I realized I said it, so pause myself. But now, since that's not the model, it wouldn't sell the product. It literally wouldn't sell the product. There would be no exchange. There would be no reason to go back and watch the movie the way that they make games now, unless you're making a Spider-Man, unless you're making a God of War, right? Unless you're buying Assassin's Creed, unless you're buying something that you play that has an advancing story.
Right. Well, that's what I was going to. Do you think that they should mix it up? Like, with let's take Avengers Doomsday coming out, right? If I to wrap all this up, because I just tweeted today that I'm not excited about this movie whatsoever, right? But if I need to get people excited, if I do a prequel video game that leads you, you know what I'm saying, that could wrap up some loose ends and do all this other stuff in the video game, would that sell? Would that help propel
before the movie come out?
Nope.
Nope.
Not in Marvel's case, it wouldn't. Maybe another franchise, but we are I say this every time we talk about Marvel. We are past these days of, hey guys, go do this to see this, and expecting herds of people to be doing it. No one's doing that shit anymore for Marvel. They don't have that same gusto anymore. They have to, and it's not. I don't even, you know. Doomsday and Secret Wars is not winning the audience back. No matter how good the film is, it's still going to be a split audience because you're still going to have the people that are going to be whatever. Those days of Marvel being Marvel are gone. Even when the X-Men get here, it's not going to be rainbows, butterflies, and sugar spice for them. It's not. So I don't think things like that, like, remember how the Batman had that deal where you had to get online and put in the code and blah 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 to figure out what the Riddler was.
Oh yeah.
Marvel couldn't do something like that right now and expect people to, because people gave a fuck about the Russos' picture for like 5 hours when they put up that picture that was like, hey, try to guess what's in this picture or
like,
whatever.
Look very closely.
Very closely. People gave a fuck for 5 hours.
I don't think
now this would have been 2018, 20, whatever the fuck. People would have been going on.
Still be on that photo, huh?
Still be on it. So they're past the days of getting excited with these little clues here and there. Nigga, drop the movie.
I think they spent. What's the problem is they spent too much currency. They relied too much on people's good faith in them.
Yeah.
And once you do that, and you fail so many times, it gets even harder to get them back. Right? Yeah. Now your average, it ain't really hitting it no more. You used to be able to get by with your average. It ain't doing it no more because now they don't trust you. Now they come out with an expectation that's low. They're coming into the theater with an expectation that's low, which usually that should lead to more success for you as a studio if everybody walking in with low expectations and y'all still failing.
Well, I think because I'm walking in floor level, you know what I'm saying, like Roach type expectations, you know what I'm saying. But I think it's hard to raise the bar. You know what I'm saying? Normally walking in with no expectations, anything would excite you. If you know what I'm saying, if it's just a mediocre movie, you're like, oh shit, that was the best thing since sliced bread. I don't think you're gonna be able to get that anymore. Just going back to what you said, I don't think you can get that anymore with Marvel because you've slapped me in the face too many times and told me that it was just a hug. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's the thing with the reputation. It's going to take some time to unwash themselves from that because I've watched inconsequential Moon Knight, inconsequential Secret Invasion, inconsequential She-Hulk shows. Like everything I'm watching is nothing. So like, why would the video game be any different, right? It's going to take like 5 or 6 years, 5 or 6 projects, not years, of like, oh, this is important. This is worth it. Okay, now everything Marvel is worth investing in. Russos, you have my trust. I'll look at the photo a little longer. Russos are in Parliament now, so I heard. They've got like they're like in that top 10,
overseeing the rest of or this new.
Yeah, they better. Coming up. I'm. You know what? If I'm first of all, I don't know why they ever tried to stray away from. Anyway, I'm not even gonna go down that road. Of course,
go down that road.
Of course, the fuck they are.
Wait, before you go down that road, Darius.
That's them listening to me, Darius. That's all that is, man. I'm trying to tell you, I've been saying
we got a super chat, gentlemen. Hold on. Hey Darius, tell Pink Lady to stop pushing Trump. Ooh, I know that one stings. I know that one stings.
I've had to distance myself.
Pushing Trump.
Not even so much distance myself, but let's, as I said, if you support him, it's not a difference in political views, it's a difference in morals, and I can't support her. I can't do it.
They're gonna take your Hirajuki Barber card.
Hey, they can have it. They can have it.
They're gonna snatch it from you. Thank you for the $2,
But you know what?
It
Makes sense. It makes sense for her to be standing with Trump. I mean, her husband,
rich.
Her husband seems.
Oh, her husband, yeah, a PDF
the
file.
same things that he's interested in. So birds of a feather.
I don't want them to strike the stream, so I won't talk about it for too long. But man, they on his ass with them files. They on his back. They done got the 218 signatures to get it released. I still don't think it'll get all released because it has to go through the Senate and he'll have to sign it. And then if he don't sign it, he vetoes it.
He ain't got to sign nothing.
He does have to sign it because it's still a bill. But
no, not to release the files. He don't have to sign. This is all the House committee.
The petitions in the House, right?
They already signed it.
It has to go to the Senate for a vote. They got to vote on it.
Yeah, they got to vote, but it ain't got to be with him though. That's what
I don't think that. Well, if the Senate, what happens after the Senate affirms a bill?
This ain't a bill. This is not a bill
or a resolution. What happens after the Senate passes the resolution?
No, this is just to release the file. This isn't that. This is
if we sitting here arguing, going back and forth on what's this, what's that, who's this. It's whatever the fuck Trump say it is. Because these courts and judges and shit then ordered him to do stuff, and this motherfucker that said, fuck you, I'm gonna do whatever I want. So it's whatever he wanted to be.
True that.
It's whatever he wanted to be in his minions. Yeah.
They're cults. They can reveal the worst of the worst, and they'll say
MAGA dead.
Yeah, MAGA over with.
Because you don't think if it drops and it comes out indeed that okay, he is indeed what we people have, shocker, been saying he is. You don't think they're not going to try to normalize that? Like MAGA's not going to be like, oh.
So check this out. There's. I would be inclined to believe you if the man hadn't pulled Pam Bondi, Kash Patel, and everybody that he thought was about every Republican, or at least he tried to get every Republican that he could turn that was going to sign that petition into the Situation Room. Into the Situation Room in the White House, right? That's not a light thing. Now he pulled him into the Situation Room away from any of their aides. Can't bring your phones in. I need to talk to you now, right? He wouldn't have been doing all of that way if he wasn't pressed about what's in him. So the fact that he's defending so hard against it and that he can't seem to really get away from it, I do think that there's something in there that's extremely damning. And when you talk about the Bible Belt MAGA Christians, right, the worst of the worst, they may be decidedly on the other side. But one thing they don't actually play about is that type of funny business. They don't even want you to be gay, right? They definitely not about to just sit around while you touching kids.
Yeah, but my thing is all the evidence and things that have come out. The things
that's why the story is still a thing, though. That's why it's still around.
But let's look at the things.
Remember, they was pushing it first too. They was one of the first people to push release
that Pizzagate shit.
They were pushing it, but then when he started saying it's a hoax and it's this and that, and the evidence was dropping, then they started flipping the script, talking about, oh well, the Democrats just wanted it's a distraction,
right?
That
he was strong. He ain't strong no more. He is not a strong president anymore.
No, I never thought the man was, but
I mean, as far as the movement, that's what I'm talking about. Is strong.
But, okay, so you really think that these people, because I have not seen this shift in MAGA. You think that these people are about to?
I've been paying attention. They trying to distance themselves.
They mad about it. Why do you think Marjorie Taylor Greene is on the outside?
Okay, I see the shift from those people, from like Marjorie Taylor Greene.
But she is MAGA.
I'm talking about the Proud Boys. I'm talking about these motherfuckers that aren't in Congress, aren't in Senate. The people that us regular people.
You got to look at it though, Darius. Just 6 months ago, she was leading that crowd. Like them was her folks, and now she's drawing the line in the sand. Whether that's honest or it's just purely political, I won't speak for her. I'm just saying
she needs to talk with her vote.
People are paying attention to the press that he's getting, and they're choosing sides. If we choosing sides and we taking rank, that means something.
Now that the vote to get him released when old girl signed him today, that was a bipartisan vote.
They had what? They had like 8 Republicans that signed that thing.
That was a bipartisan vote. So we'll see. Look, it's still to be said. I think we ain't even a year in. Trump gonna be, for the last 3 years of his presidency, gonna be a lame duck president. That's what I believe, because of the way that he's
okay. But so that's my next question. We talking about the next 3 years. Let's say within the next 3 days, it is said that he, without a, I mean, I don't know what more they need that proves that he, I mean, he hung out with the sex trafficker. I just, what do we do? Anyway, so it's like, if that comes out that he really is, do they let him? I don't give a fuck about the whole law, because he doesn't give a fuck about the law. I don't give a fuck about the law about a sitting president. Do they let a pedophile sit for the next 3 years as our president?
They will make you prove it without a shadow of a doubt, and that's why the files are so important. They're gonna make you prove it without a shadow of a doubt.
That there's the questions you asking. A lot of the MAGA people have been
asking the same shit.
Do we let him sit if he is? They've been asking them questions.
Hey, listen, Blue, you probably know exactly who I'm talking about. Old white dude. He's like a ultra right Christian pastor. He has an online show, and I can't think about what his name is right now. But call a clip of him on Twitter talking about all this. Right? The country has been taken over by the Hughes. Y'all use your imagination about what I'm talking about. I know the country has been taken over by the Hughes, and the Hughes are running a blackmail ring that the CIA and the FBI, thank you, are complicit in. Are complicit in, and they're trying to take over the country, and they're having sex with American children to do it. We've been taken over. We've been invaded. Listen. They got their own version of it, but they paying attention.
They are.
They definitely paying attention.
Now, what he said, he'll probably, the thing, like Marcus said, they have to prove it, right? Yeah. And that's impeachment really don't mean nothing, because even when you impeach, you still the president. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I think if they impeached him over this, he would have to resign. I think he would resign. Yeah.
But also, you know what I'm saying? SCOTUS came on and said, as the president, you can't get in trouble for that. So he's sitting on that.
They didn't say he couldn't rape.
I think there's going to be.
I'm just talking about as far as being charged with anything.
I don't know if it's going to be a big group. I don't know. I'm very interested to see I don't, you know, maybe there are some people that voted for him that have children. Maybe they do have some morals, and they'll be like, hey, you know, that is where I actually draw the line. That is where but I bet you there's still going to be your Steve Bannons and your, what's the motherfucker on Fox whatever, some of them folks on Fox, maybe not Laura Ingraham. She seems to,
I don't know, Tucker
she
Carlson
gets on my damn nerves, but she seems to maybe have
he's annoying, but she one of them true believers. Yeah. No, not Pat Robertson. It's the 700 Club, dude. It's not him. He's younger than him. The guy I'm talking about is younger than him.
But I don't know. There's definitely gonna be some people that I brought this up the last time that are going to be the judge, or not the judge, the lawyer from the R. Kelly episode in the Boondocks. Definitely going to be like, you know.
Oh no, you definitely gonna have. Bad? It's gonna be some people who gonna be some Trumpers. That I'm not even gonna try to. You know what I'm saying? People will go down with the shit.
We're talking about the mostly sane people that still left
needs
around.
To go. He needs to go. It doesn't need to be like okay, well, he's gonna sit for 3 more years after he's been touching children, because like that's crazy. That's insane. And,
I do think
this is coming from the sex trafficker's mouth. He said there's not a good bone in his body. He said he's one of the. What did he say? He's one of the.
He said the only dog that hasn't barked yet.
He said the only dog that hasn't barked yet, but he also said
he was like the worst of the worst person or something.
He said one of them. One of the victims stayed at his house for hours at Epstein's house. Like Trump was at Epstein's house with the girl for hours.
That one. Then there was the one where he said he about ran through the glass trying to watch the little girl swim. But then there was the one where Epstein said, I have met some very bad people, none as bad as Trump, not one decent cell in his body.
And this is a convicted rapist and trafficker. Exactly. A convicted rapist and trafficker is saying that this man is the worst person he's ever met. That is what I'm saying.
Gotta go.
His people. This ain't like he was compelled to say it. This is just him talking regular. You know what I'm saying?
Damn, the only reason why they got it is because they subpoenaed his estate. That's the only reason why they got it. Fam, you mean they've been sitting around all this time and you never subpoenaed his estate for communications?
But that's what who was that? Was it Jasmine Crockett? Somebody said that. They were saying why we not going
Rokana.
That's what it was. Going harder on getting these, you know what I'm saying? Why we
what the fuck was y'all investigating?
What we investigate?
Well, that's why when they said they pulled up messages from 2013, like from 2013.
Mm-hmm.
Messages as old as damn victims now. What are you talking about pulling messages from 2013? I'm like, yeah.
He was arrested in what, 07, 08, something like that?
Yeah. So
after the that he's a known pedophile now. And then he got a message in 2019 said he came to Thanksgiving. I said, oh man.
Yeah.
Oh, well, no wonder he tried. Because again,
I was driving today thinking about that part when he said he was spent Thanksgiving with him and all.
Y'all buddies. Kind of y'all butt buddies for sure.
I was like, damn, to be a fly on the wall.
Best friends.
Can you imagine the conversation? Trump was like, I'm president now. There's not too much we can't do, not too much we can't get away with.
You didn't know Trump celebrate holidays, so
you didn't see what dude said. What he was like about having stuff on Trump. Like, good, he's the president. That means
Michael Wolff. Now y'all talk about a lot of crazy stuff. So you telling me the reporter who broke the story about Trump allegedly having this picture surrounded by young women and all this other stuff that's going on, right? In the book. Okay. So now we come to find out that you actually been doctoring up Epstein's background this whole time. Like you giving him advice on how to handle Trump and how he would respond.
Well, he wrote 3 books on Trump.
Right. But I think a lot of that we were taking him as an objective source. Now I'm asking him like, yo, was you working for Buddy? Like you Mossad too?
It's all corrupt. It's all corrupt. But what's
he in that thing? Like, look, if he say he don't know you, then you got some political currency. But if he say something else, then you got some stuff to come and double back. I'm like, man, he's strategizing.
One more question before we move. If he's pulling motherfuckers into the situation room, and
which the president doesn't do.
Right. But if he's pulling motherfuckers into the situation room and they're having conversations, is he and if let's just say he's telling them like, okay, we all know because these people like Kash Patel, they've seen the files, they know what's in there, they know if his name is blah blah blah. So elephant in the room, they know what's going on, they know he allegedly touched little girls, and not allegedly for me, but touched little girls and all this kind of stuff like that. Then when they leave that room, why aren't they blowing the whistle? Why aren't they like, hey,
it's political suicide. Hey, it's political. These guys, look, you talked about morals. I'm just letting you know, it's political suicide for them to do that because you know what I'm saying? If they turn their back on Trump right now, now is not the time for them to turn their back on Trump because he might skate free. You see what I'm saying? If they
gotta wait to the last minute so they know they got him. If the files come out, you'll see them run like rats. You'll see them run like rats.
Political suicide. Ain't nobody gonna touch them with a 10-foot pole right now if they did.
That's why the vote is so important, because who's gonna sit up here and say and argue that we shouldn't get the information shouldn't be public on who raped all of these American children? We're going to keep it silent because, and then actually go out there and argue for it. The benefit of Mike Johnson keeping Congress closed was that they didn't have to say anything about it. They could ignore it. Well, if you go out there and you vote against releasing the Epstein files, people going to get your name. They're going to come to your office. They're going to catch you the next time you go into the halls, the chambers. You don't want to sit up here and have to answer for that. But then again, people are brazen, so we'll see.
Tribalism is too strong. The blue and the red thing is too strong. People at the last election cycle were supporting AIPAC candidates. And Ro Khanna, while he may not be a guy taking corporate money and he may be the one to force things like that, for every one of him, there's 10 more who are bought and paid for and compromised. So I don't think that it
they're getting away from that AIPAC shit too. So good on them. Get that shit on the bike.
AIPAC is becoming politically kind of toxic and not the best thing. If you're
it doesn't have to be AIPAC. But it doesn't have to be that specific avenue to give politicians money. They can make up a brand new one. They can not even name it. They can have a secret society of of people
I think
who
the
are
point is
working
though.
on the interests of Israel.
I think the point is that taking money from something that's seen to be tied to the state of Israel is very unpopular. It's not just an American thing. They're getting booted out of soccer clubs around the world. They're getting harassed, traveling around. I'm seeing stuff now about them going to Thailand and trying to start businesses and stuff like that. And apparently it's causing a community scuffle, with the people there in Thailand. So it's, again, it is not a unpopular sentiment to not want to be associated with this government right now. And that's kind of what I was getting to with the whole AIPAC thing. Yeah, of course, they will find another way to spend money into the American public political system, whether it's AIPAC or another organization. The problem is that for years that was seen as a virtuous thing to have that AIPAC stamp, to have that ACLU stamp, to have that ADL stamp, right? That was a good endorsement to carry. I don't think that that's a politically positive thing to go out there and tout that you're
and the black market
AIPAC candidate,
I think that's what you talk about, Chill. The black market is always going to be there. Like, there's no control over black market. But when you putting your name and your stamp on, I took money that's going back to Israel, that ain't being looked
not
at.
these days.
All they got to do is realize it, which they do, that AIPAC is toxic and taboo, and they'll just invent a new something PAC, and they'll have all their politicians say, I don't take money from AIPAC. And
how does that separate them from their ties to the Israeli government, though?
Right.
I guess
that's the thing.
It doesn't. But because they say the words, I don't take money from AIPAC, enough people
that will last for a bit. But once people realize that they're still funded by the Israeli government, that won't last. They won't be able to just shut down AIPAC, move the money over to another organization, and still be praise Israel, praise the state of Israel. Now, if they come back off of that, if they don't say that for a certain amount of time, if they reintroduce themselves as maybe like a pro-woman or pro-minority group and then co-opt it, kind of like they did other groups that started as, movements for other people in this country and then co-opted it. But we won't open up them books. But if they do that now in this moment, I feel like it's kind of obvious. That stuff happens over years and years and years of putting your people in place to project your message. They can't wash a genocide off of them that quickly.
No. And lobbying is public too. So you don't take AIPAC money, they're gonna go through everything that this person is taking money from. And as soon as that, whatever that is, we don't know what that is, and they 3 shell companies and one of these shell companies lead back, they'll find out.
Indeed.
Back to the media news.
Want to go to before we get into some of the bigger topics, want to go to Mackie.
Hey, yo, he's pissing me off, man. He really is pissing me off. But before you do that, let's get to I2 Fly Cam's super chat. Give me a second. Hold on. Let's see what we're gonna do.
Another Nicki song.
I've been boozy since I left. I ain't changing for a shit. Tell my mind I ain't forget.
You told me too late. I was already on it. Chill is right. AIPAC losing while Fuentes and literal Nazis are growing inside the conservative party. Something worse than Trump is on the way. Yeah, I don't disagree that the schism. I don't disagree that the schism that Trump is eventually going to leave will be replaced with something even uglier than him. Well, no, I'm not about to defend Nick Fuentes.
From my understanding, Henry. Everybody knows Henry by name, not by face. Henry and I were talking, and he was reading through the Project 2025 stuff, and I guess it kind of spells out in Project 2025 what happens when Trump is gone. So they have a plan. That's why Steve Bannon said, "Oh yeah, if in 2028 he'll be president again." We have a plan. We have something set up.
Yeah, that only works if he's popular. It only works if the economy's turning around. It only works if we're not actively involved in, ethnically cleansing a war. If he's unpopular, there's no chance he gets elected a third term. He has to be popular to even float that as an idea.
And you're getting booed at football games while bringing
mercilessly. Why would you do that? It's a government shutdown. What state has more government workers than DC? Who let that man go to that football game?
They are
They live in a bubble. They don't think they don't. Yeah,
that is the
they don't
dumbest
see
shit
this
I've
shit.
ever fucking heard. He's
Look
like,
at
you
all
taking
the
his ass to
decisions
Green
that
Bay?
Right. But look at all the decisions they made during the shutdown, though. None of them said, "Oh, we understand what y'all going through. Hey, $300 million ballroom. Hey,
He threw a Great Gatsby
yeah,
You mean a
Mar-a-Lago
data center?
party.
You mean a
you
data
know,
center? A $300 billion data center.
right? Like,
Had Argentina's president
yeah.
doing the $40 million dance
Let me bail this country out. You know
while
what I'm
40
saying?
million Americans was fucking
What's up,
starving.
farmers? Get that beef from Argentina. Don't get it. Don't worry about your beef. Get that shit from Argentina. Like what?
We getting beef from Argentina. We sending our oil up to Canada. Gas prices still fluctuating. Like, hey man,
they are fluctuating.
We done bailed out. Was it Argentina that we bailed out?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, bailed them out.
Groceries are down. He says such an old-fashioned word. Yeah. I want y'all to just look up Trump and then look up groceries when he talks. And every time he talks about groceries, he talks about it as if it's this ancient relic thing that we don't do every fucking day.
Have you heard of groceries? Have you heard of that? It's very important to the American people. The prices are down. They're the best they've been. They're the best they've been. Much better than under Biden. Much better. Biden was so terrible on the groceries. We've got them way down. The best they've been in American history.
He's so petty. His little presidential walk of fame or whatever it is.
Affordability? It's a Democrat hoax. It's a hoax. They've made up a new word. It's called affordability. You've never heard it before the Democrats started saying it. What a hoax. What a sham.
Anthony Mackie. Let's get
to Yeah, man. No, he's pissing me off, dog. Be Captain America or don't. Do you want to be a superhero? You know that comes with like kissing babies and shaking hands, right? You can't be a dick off screen and then expect people to view you with reverence. I didn't care for the, and this is like time 7 that we seen this man shooing off a fan. I don't like it.
Did the fan touch him first?
He just tapped him on the shoulder and told, hey, Mr. Mackie, I appreciate you.
Man,
I'm a fan of your work.
Oh, see, we'll go back and forth on that one. I don't give a damn because
I can't get your attention. Like we can't be human beings for a second.
Like, stop. And it doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter if he touched him or not. Let's go back to the video of the girl that tried to talk to him at the gas station before she could even get up to him. He put his hand up and shook his head no.
Yeah, he
thinks that he's on this iconic acting level when he's not. He's not a leading man. I think Brave New World should have showed him that he's not this leading man. He's not this iconic actor that he thinks he is. And on top of that, you're on the biggest, like I said on Twitter, you're on the biggest in one of the biggest franchises ever, playing one of its leading characters while eating in public. Nigga, if you don't take a picture, like stop. In the same week, I saw a video. Not everybody knows who this is, but Sam Smith, the singer Sam Smith, he was eating out in public, and somebody approached him with their camera, and he was like, "Oh, hey, blah blah blah, thanks, blah 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 blah." She started asking questions. She said, "Oh no, I'm not doing an interview, but thank you." He's like, "I'm eating right now, but thank you." That's how you handle your fans. That would have got so much better received had he done some shit like that instead of side eyeing this nigga like he just spitting your shit.
He was in the middle of laughing and went to scowl to respond to the fan. Like
crazy, bro.
Like you know better than to come over here and fucking talk to me. No, like damn.
I hope they do replace him. I hope Chris Evans and Bucky. I hope when Bucky if the rumors are true and Bucky comes out in that Captain America uniform, that shit's intentional. Nobody's trying to get. They're not putting no.
That shit feels like a neutering. I don't know if I'd like to see the site see the site of that, but I will say he's giving off the energy like this just happened to me all the time from all my life. And I'm sure, he's a fairly famous actor, so he probably has gotten approached.
He's not a fairly famous actor.
He is a fan. He's fairly famous. He's been in a lot of stuff.
I'm talking about the totality of his
for sure. Now. But he act like he like Dwayne the Rock Johnson or Ryan Reynolds, like he this mega Hollywood star that people are. It's so unavoidable when you walk in the room. The whole room turn around and it's so overwhelming. Like it be little kids trying to shake Falcon's hand, and you be Jamie Foxx in them. Yeah, I don't like that energy, bro. Why are you playing a superhero?
It's because he plays Tupac, man. He just,
Yeah, you should have stayed playing Tupac. You should have played something else like that. Because superheroes are family friendly. And when you play that figure, when them kids see you out on the street, you got to play the part.
Light up and they gonna want it right.
You got to play the part. Unfortunately, well, not even unfortunately, adults have gotten into your genre so much that they act like kids around you. Now, if you want to get the money back, you don't want your celebrity, you don't want your high salary, you don't want your Calabasas house or wherever you live, then get that shit all back and come work with me. You know what I'm saying? We can go sell these policies. But if you want to be a movie star, this kind of comes with the territory.
And I'm sure all dude said, obviously from the caption was, I'm sure something involving, hey, I loved, nigga, except all the people coming up to you telling you that they love Brand New Day or Brave New World or whatever the fuck it's called.
If that nigga said you was great in Brave New Day, he a fan. He
needs to accept every compliment that comes his way about Brave New, whatever the fuck it's called. Brave New Day?
Brave New World.
He needs to accept every compliment about Brave New World that he gets because he doesn't get them often, I'm sure. He needs to take those from fans instead of giving niggas side eyes and all that kind of stuff. I don't like him.
This is some
I didn't like him before.
Cocky energy.
I really don't like him now.
How many times has he had fan interactions like this? Because this
that's gotten caught on camera. This got to be like the fifth one.
Yeah, like
people telling me on Twitter, you don't touch a Southern black man. I don't see the correlation. I don't know.
Damn, he's sitting at a table with.
That's why I said, who is he eating with? Who is this panel of people he breaking bread with?
I think as soon as that dude put his hands on Anthony Mackie, everything is off the like. What? You just put your hands on me? We learned as toddlers, keep your hands to yourself. It's really.
Hey, chill. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Finish. You haven't talked yet. Go ahead. My bad.
Just keep your hands to yourself. That's it.
So how else would you expect him to get his attention in that loud, crowded place?
Anthony.
I mean, I think that that's just kind of human nature for a lot of people to, because I know for me, I would do that. If I'm in a crowd of people and I'm going up to you and your back's turned to me, I'm going to lightly touch you on the shoulders. It's not like I'm grabbing you and turning you around and being like, hey, notice me, nigga. No, I'm lightly touching you on the shoulder and I'm saying, hey, brother, I really loved you and Brave New shit that you were in.
Why don't you try saying Anthony first and then see if he doesn't react, and then if you have to get physical with the dude, even then I wouldn't recommend it. But he didn't. You got to start with Anthony. Hi, I love you.
Anthony High is wild.
I know.
Touching a man is wild.
So then, what is the excuse then for when the young lady went up to him at the gas station? He put his hand up before she could even get a word out.
I'm not commenting on the gas station situation. I'm commenting on this thing.
Yeah, but
I would say if you gonna react like that,
hold on, Marcus, hold on. You can't say I'm not commenting on the gas station situation whenever you're the example you used was say Anthony. She said Anthony and still got told no. So you can't say I'm not commenting on that. That's a direct example to what you just gave.
No, because I agree with Anthony Mackie not being a good celebrity or not playing ball and how that's a problem. I agree with that in that situation. I'm more in favor with the gas station lady. I'm not in favor with putting physical hands on someone like the video says.
That's not what I'm saying. That's not why I brought that video up. I brought it up to say she did what you were saying and still got told no.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I'm not a blind Anthony Mackie supporter. I'm a situationally observant of this and then giving my opinion on it.
He's saying the bar situation is cool and the gas situation wasn't cool on his side. Like he accepts this response, he doesn't accept the other one. I'm gonna say if you gonna react like that, then squabble. If it's up when anytime somebody touch you, then squabble. You might as well. If I can't lay a finger on you even to get your attention, then squabble, nigga. If that's what it is, because now I feel disrespected. Now I'm disrespected. Now I feel like you tried to embarrass me in the club. Now it's a whole issue.
Put your dukes up.
No, because you big and bad. You went from smiling cheek to cheek to mean mugging this dude for telling you that he's a fan of you. That is the persistent problem that I'm having with it. Even if I give you you shouldn't have touched me. Okay. Are you a child? Are you a 5-year-old? Do you get to meet something that you're upset with more more negativeness. Like, you are a public figure. Your image is everything to you. So why are you giving off this energy to a fan, someone who has probably given money to your career?
And you gotta have the discernment to know when you was physically touched. Cool. I hear what you're saying, Chill, about keeping your hands to yourself. Cool. If I touch you, you know if I'm touching you out of to harm you or something.
Out of malice. Yeah, man.
Yeah, you know if I'm doing that out of like, come on now. I don't like to be touched. But soon if I turn around and I say, oh, it's a fan, let me brighten up a little bit for this fan. Like Marcus, he done contribute his little, you know what I'm saying, his $20 to watch my trash ass movie. Let me at least give him a smile.
I'm not, and obviously I can't. There's no way in shape or form in this universe, the next or the next life, that I would ever compare Anthony Mackie to Michael Jackson. But in the wake of the Michael trailer, I've been watching a lot of Michael, and I was watching. I've seen it before, but I was watching his his Jet interview that he did. And in that interview, they asked him, like they ask him almost in every interview, but in that interview specifically, he went into more detail about it, about, when fans come up to you and they're harassing you, or, that's what the words that the interviewer used. They're harassing you and they're all around you and you want to be private. He's like, oh yeah, I want that sometimes, and blah, blah, blah. He's like, but it comes with the job. It's a part of it. He was like,
he just don't give a shit.
Yeah, blah, blah, blah. They support me. He was like, if they want a hug or something like that, they come up and grab me. He's like, I don't get upset. He's like, it's part of the job. That's a megastar saying that. That's a beyond megastar saying it's a part of the job. Anthony Mackie, remind you, the ceiling collapsed in an empty theater of your movie. So stop. I can't wait for Chris Evans to come back and put that fucking shield on and take all the shine in Doomsday.
That was an inevitability from the jump. As soon as he started wearing that shield in the red, white, and blue, I knew it was coming.
Yeah, I can't wait.
So Black America, man.
Yeah.
Captain BA.
In Doomsday's rumor trailer, I really hope Chris Evans is in there. He doesn't have to have lines. He could be dancing with Peggy again, and we could just be like, a knock on the door. He turns his head, and we see that it's Captain America's back in this movie. Like, just really, really show us as an Endgame sequel.
That was one of the options that they talked about that may run as the trailer. The other one was just like a sizzle reel of Doom from Doomsday.
That's not enough.
That feels well, I think it's going to get a pop, but it's risky, right? Because if you show us the best parts of what's going to happen, you got that? You like my wrestling lingo? If you use your best parts in the trailer, are you going to be able to maintain that level of anticipation for like almost a year is what I worry about. Are you going to be able to keep that high level of anticipation when you've shown your best stuff? You would think that they're going to release another trailer, another teaser or what have you when we get closer. So,
Marvel does like to give us the fake,
fake out stuff.
Yeah, the fake out stuff and the stuff that don't make it into the film. So if they do something like that, as far as, hey, were they the ones who got sued for? I know it was one movie
for false advertisement. Yeah,
that was right. Yeah. Yep. So they
off of Infinity War after the.
I think they won that though. I think they won that because they was like, it's a trailer. It's just for advertising. It's not meant to be in. You know what I'm saying? So, but this right here feature multiple Dooms and a female variants. This movie's gonna suck, man. I'm just letting y'all know. I was just reading that. I think that's the dumbest thing in the world.
Don't let Darius Chill or Tia hear you say that.
Why?
They think it's gonna hit a Billy.
I think I think it'll hit a Billy.
Listen. I never said that it was a prerequisite for it to hit a Billy. It had to be good.
What? You didn't say it was gonna hit a Billy?
No, I said I still say it's gonna hit a Billy. Billy. I just don't think it's going to be jaw-dropping. Oh, my God. Let's get back in line and go see it again.
That thing going to hit about 850, 900, maybe 950. It's about maybe 900, 950. And then all of you will realize how far we've fallen. Yeah, I've already come to terms with it. Yeah, but y'all seem to keep hanging. Oh, the Russos and Marcus and Miss Field. Oh, no. We coming back. It ain't no back. Ain't no back. They showed y'all what back was this year.
Yeah,
that's back now.
I don't even know if it do BB2 movie numbers. It could. I think it's 700.
No,
a nice 7.
It's gonna hit it's still going to hit $1 billion.
I don't know because the leader, even with the trailer, right? The trailer's got to get multiple people to come back to the movies to see this. Who's in this movie? Like, what are the Avengers? Who's in this movie? You know, once that word of mouth come out, they be like, man, I don't know who's
Victoria Von Doom. Yeah, let's get to it. We got multiple Dooms, right? So we're gonna have Dr. Doom and Victoria Doom and Peepaw Doom is in there, and Meemaw Doom, and we got little Doom Jr. coming, right? Y'all know who Doom Jr. is, right? Allegedly. Y'all know who Doom Jr. is, allegedly. Y'all gonna find out and freak out. And we're also not leaning on comic book stories either from the leaks. If we believe the leaks, we're not leaning on comic stories. We just kind of doing our own thing. We flying by the seat of our pants. So the potential of all of this coming together the way that we envision it, it's coming down every leak. Like it's lowering every leak because the things that they're saying that they want to do sound very Disney. Right? And the last time they got very Disney with a age-old comic book arc that we loved, we got Secret Invasion. So now they think that they can do X-Men versus Avengers with an X-Men team that pretty much died out in the mid 2000s and some Avengers that nobody gives a shit about.
Yeah, who are the Avengers to do this X-Men versus Avengers?
We got 2 teams full of niggas that don't nobody give a shit about. We got Yelena's don't give a shit about. We got Sam's. We don't even know who Sam's team is, but we know we got some people on there that we don't give a shit about.
You also only have the names that have been announced in a 60 plus ensemble.
So much of the screen time is going to go to the folks that we don't care about.
Yes,
but we're going to have to show those people so much in the movie.
On top of that, when you said, took one of their favorite comic book stories in Secret Invasion and turned it into shit, that was without Russo, that was without Joe and Anthony, and that was also without Marcus.
But so now with Joe and Anthony in there, we're getting we're doing an Endgame sequel. We're gonna have Doom be the universal father of a certain figure that's very important to this story, which. Why or what they're doing? Because what?
No idea. That's why really, the last few times we've talked about Doomsday, I've said I don't know. I mean, typically I follow I've still been following these leaks and things pretty closely, but the leaks and things don't really even know. Now, have they put together a pretty cohesive story that fits with some of the things that we've seen as far as pictures and our BTS photos and things like that? Yeah, it fits. But as far as what the overall story is, as far as what the fuck is going on in this movie, I have no idea. I know that the X-Men fight some Avengers team with the Fantastic Four.
I mean, but it's so basically this is going to be the same. And granted, it made $1 billion, but the Deadpool Wolverine movie, right? It was just a smorgasbord of just throwing people at the wall to see what what people like. No real, the story be damned. Is that what we're gonna get? Like,
and we're gonna eat it up too, huh? Like that's our shit. Like we own it. We're going back to watch it 7 times, baby.
Haven't we done that before? Is that what Marvel has now said? Okay, that's the formula. Like, is that it? Because that's what you're explaining, or what I've been hearing is we're getting rehashed. The story of the Kang dynasty. They just swapping out Kang for Doom, and that's why we got 100 Dooms.
For Doom. And we was on our way to failure with that whole arc, anyways.
So they swapped that out, put Robert Downey Jr. in it. Female variants. That's why we're the multiple Dooms. All of these people in it. Who is who? Nobody has interacted with anybody in any of these films, so they don't have no I want to see how such and such acts with. Nobody has any individual stories that's going to connect to make a good
to actually make this shit make sense. Why are the Avengers going to be fighting the X-Men? Is it literally just going to be like 90s cartoon logic where one powerful team sees another powerful team and is like, I want to fight you, and then we'll figure out why we're all here later?
Well, one of the current rumors out there right now is that the X-Men in this universe, because it's not the X-Men from the Fox universe, it is obviously the Fox characters or the Fox,
but it's another universe. It's not the Fox universe.
It's not the Fox universe, because in the Fox universe they didn't have binary. In the Fox universe, if we're to believe these same rumors,
I mean, they could just put them in there.
Magneto wasn't didn't have a kingdom with all of his children. Supposedly Polaris, Quicksilver, and Scarlet Witch is supposed to be in this. And so I was even looking at what Stamina said there. I know I again follow leaks and scoops and all that kind of stuff. I don't even trust Daniel here. I don't trust any of the scoopers right now when it comes to anything Doomsday, because they have said they're putting out fake shit. They have said that they are going to film secret shit. I mean, I don't know. So I don't really trust
that. One of these ain't fake though, Darius. I'm with you, but one of these ain't fake.
I don't believe the
they all don't look.
I don't believe the multiple dooms. I don't think there's going to be multiple dooms going in Doomsday. Now, if you have multiple dooms, I think that he's getting his wires crossed. Then it's Doom bots. But I don't think we're going to see a female. I don't think we're going to see a female version of Doctor Doom. I don't think we're going to see multiple Doctor Dooms walking out of portals.
Victoria Von Doom. I most definitely think you're going to get that.
But to what Stamina was saying about Lizzie Olsen, don't believe that shit. I'm telling you, do not believe that. This is a 60+ ensemble film that is put out by the Hollywood Reporter. Who do we know that Disney also reports? The Hollywood Reporter and tells them, hey, put this in, don't put this in, say this, don't say this. They would not have allowed the Hollywood Reporter to say it was a 60+ ensemble film unless it's a 60+ ensemble film.
I agree with you on that.
They might have anticipated it being on 60+ ensemble, but do you think that they're still struggling with getting people on contract? Because people are still working, and that's the most telling thing about it. Is like, yeah, we can say, oh, they're hiding, they're lying, they've lied before. Yeah, cool. Have they worked at the same time when the other production was filming?
But what was Lizzie Olsen doing besides talking at cons?
She was filming a project, wasn't she? Famke was the one. That was Jean Grey. She was the one that said they ain't called me. I'm doing other shit. I don't know what's going on. Same thing with Halle Berry. Halle Berry was shooting a movie too. Was shooting while Doomsday was going out. They got reshoots and they could do stuff post-production and work them in.
Which they're currently doing.
But is that enough? Is a slight cameo where we can tell that she was edited in enough?
How can we tell that she was edited in? Because I didn't during Multiverse of Madness, until John Krasinski told me that he never told us that he never met Elizabeth Olsen. I would have never known.
What's one of the most controversial scenes in that movie? It's literally the 3.5 minutes that John Krasinski is on screen before he gets turned into spaghetti.
But that's
why people hate that shit.
But it's not controversial because we didn't know that they didn't film it together. It's controversial because of what she just.
No, I'm just saying it wasn't a good scene, probably in part because they weren't in the same room.
And they just threw it in there.
They just threw it together, and it didn't really make sense. And then we got the fact that, oh, you weren't in the room. Now that makes sense why that scene was so damn shitty.
And we have heard that these actors are acting solo.
I think that scene was just shitty because Multiverse of Madness, after its beginning of the film, started getting really shitty. The entire Illuminati scene is shitty. Not just her killing them, but even her snapping Xavier's neck, her chasing them through the Illuminati.
You gotta make some crazy shit happen when we recording on top of shit that's already been recorded. You know, you have limited options now on how you can make these scenes happen because the people aren't here anymore.
So then what do we say then to the end product that is Infinity War with their reshoots? What do we say to the end product that is Endgame with their reshoots? Do we then say, well, the same things that we're putting on Multiverse of Madness? I don't think Multiverse of Madness had the same weight and the same expectation that Doomsday and Secret Wars are expecting.
No, it didn't. No, it didn't.
You're absolutely right. But I would say this, not to counter your point, but I think with Infinity War and shit, what was the other movie you said?
Endgame.
I'm sorry. I think it was the culmination of everything leading up to those two movies that we're we'll let things slide because we want to see this. And it was coming to an end. They was good movies. It came to an end. Boom. Multiverse of Madness was what kind of starting things back over. You know what I'm saying?
But I don't even know about letting things slide, because even when you go back and rewatch Infinity War, it's like, damn, that is a good fucking movie. You go back and
I'm saying they did a damn good, but I'm saying I think the quality control was there because it was there. I don't think the quality. I've always said this. Once Feige let go of the people who started, the quality went down. He didn't have overseers. He didn't have the right people to write. He didn't have a lot of that stuff. Quality went down. I think the quality went down after Endgame. We get into Multiverse of Madness. We get into, think of all the CGI blunders we had. Think of all of that. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that the road to Doomsday hasn't been a again possum spit. But once we
they're just gonna shit $1.5 billion, huh? By accident.
I don't think it's by accident. Again, I know that people, and this is my argument that I use every time and things like that, but you have to remember the reaction that the internet, and I know it's just the internet that has to translate to theaters, it has to translate to tickets and everything like that, but the reaction that the fucking internet gave to Robert Downey Jr. being panned, sitting at the end of chairs, telling the crowd to be quiet. People went fucking bananas.
I was on the wrong internet then because I saw a lot of who.
It caught everybody's attention. Was it all positive intention though? Like,
so I'm not saying
a lot of shock and awe.
Okay, but that's the thing. Because it ain't hype that's driving me to the theater in December. Because I'm not hyped for this movie. It's curiosity.
It's like a car crash.
How are you wrapping this up?
Okay. But okay, and so there is where I would draw my distinction between what you're talking about from Endgame and this. Right. A car crash is going to get a bunch of people to we driving on the street and they're gonna slow down and do it. They're gonna slow up the whole freeway. But as I inch forward and I get closer to not being able to see that crash no more, my focus shifts back to what I was already focusing on. Right.
That
is not what Infinity War Endgame was. People were anticipating that movie. They were waiting on it. They thought that was going to pay off something that they had invested in. People are not invested in the MCU right now. People are absolutely not invested
in the MCU right now. And I mean, I'm one of them. I'm not invested in the MCU right now, but it's still the curiosity, I think, that's going to drive people to the theaters. The same curiosity that drove a lot of people to see Wakanda Forever. People were trying to figure out, okay, how are they going to do this without Chadwick?
But that's why I think that's what
I think that's what it's going to make. About 859.
I don't see. I don't think that.
You walked right into that one. You gave me that.
No. I don't think that at all. I don't think it's gonna do again what Wakanda Forever did, because you had people that went for curiosity to see what you were doing with Chadwick Boseman, but you also had people that boycotted the film. I'm not saying that was enough people that was the people that boycotted it were that billion people or were going to make it across that $1.3 billion mark, but you still have people that were like not interested, whatever. I don't know that Doomsday is going to get the same reaction, and I could be wrong, but when that trailer drops or whatever it is that they do end up showing in that trailer, I mean, we have to like you brought up earlier. Deadpool and Wolverine made $1 billion.
It did.
And that was in the middle of shit. I think that was after She-Hulk. That was after some other that was right before Brave New World or whatever the fuck that movie is called. That was right before that. Right before that movie. And we were in a shithole of a time.
It was before
that movie also has nothing narratively to do with this movie, just like the Spider-Man movie.
Casuals
like that's why I think that they stand alone.
Know that though. Did the casuals know going in?
It seems like they know it when it's time to show up to the theater, because anytime something's connected to the connected narrative of the MCU,
to the multiverse, anything
they
multiverse,
fall flat on their face.
That's
but
fine.
If we messing with
Spider-Man
in an isolated story, if we
there.
messing with other isolated stories,
cool,
they seem to do a little bit better.
Fine, and I agree with you there. But The thing about the Deadpool trailers where you had Wolverine in them, who's to say if they don't show the actual fucking X-Men and the people are going to be like, oh my God, you had one X-Men give you $1 billion. What
let me
happens
ask
when
you
you put
something,
the rest
Derek.
of them in it?
I don't think anybody gives a shit about the other X-Men. I really don't. Even throughout the tenure of those X-Men movies, they didn't care about anybody in those X-Men movies but Hugh Jackman as Wolverine.
Until Days of Future Past, X-Men was a dead franchise for real.
Didn't nobody,
or at least dying. It was a dying franchise.
It was 3 Wolverine movies. That's what it was.
That's why they
was
pivoted to Wolverine. That's why they pivoted.
You got your 3 Wolverine movies, but you don't think that the nostalgia factor, because people went crazy over fucking Elektra. People were I don't remember Elektra being this bam boom bomb hit when Jennifer Garner put on the suit, but people went crazy when she walked on the screen.
I think that was an extra. I think it was more so Blade, but I'm not disagreeing with you. I do think that they saw those people in the movie and was like, oh, they did make a Elektra's in a Gambit, Blade, right? I agree. I don't think that was the selling point that made the movie go over $1 billion.
No, I don't think that either.
Yeah,
let's pause real fast, fellas. Let's pause real fast. We got people paying us money. Let's see. We go first. Hold on. What we got? Yeah. That battery. How much money do I need to be in TO, Chill? How much money you need to stay in Toronto?
Well, if you're coming from America, that conversion rate is going to be very, very helpful for you. So shout out to that. Well, I don't know. I think it's expensive in Toronto, so try to find somewhere that's not Toronto. And then take the GO train, which is really, really fast. It's not a bullet train, but it's really, really fast, and it can get you to downtown. So you could be anywhere east of the city up to like Oshawa, and you're covered. Not Ottawa, Oshawa.
Oshawa, not Ottawa. It's different. It's not the same place.
Right. Because there's guys and then there's guys.
No, I know. I see. There's guys out there, but like, do you have real guys? We got one more. Culture Made with the $10. We appreciate you. We all gonna see Doomsday at least twice. You too, OJ. Okay.
I'm not gonna see it twice. I'm just letting.
Hey, I'm about to say, see it twice for me, Culture Mate. You make sure you spend $15 because that's what the tickets are here nowadays outside of matinee. It's another part of it. Economic situations. Do we think the Doomsday is going to get the Chinese market? It will be one of the biggest movies, or at least primed to be one of the biggest movies in the American movie market in years. You think China, in the middle of a trade war with the United States, is going to allow that movie to make that money over here?
No.
Not if Shang-Chi's in it.
Not if Shang-Chi's in it. Does it? Oh, here's a better question. Does it have a chance of hitting? Do you think it's going to make that billy domestically?
No movie's ever made a billion domestically.
Yeah, I was about to say, I don't think no movie's ever.
Okay, so then without the Chinese market, do you think that's because I mean that's the strongest non-US market to depend on for a major boost to your revenue. So without China, does it hit $1 billion?
Yes.
Y'all got a lot of faith.
I'm about to say that's tough. Yeah. That is tough. I'm gonna be mad at them for all of this shit that they gave us in the midst if they do that. If they come out here and post $1.5 billion out of nowhere, like literally starting in the dirt, I'm pissed out at these last 5 years. What the fuck have we been doing?
I guess we got to see the trailer first because I really don't. I want to defend my case, but I actually want to see the trailer too, so I can go see Marcus. All right, stop doing this $1 billion, the 859.
I just said that's the mark of success. It's the line of demarcation.
All right.
The last 5 years, and I know it hasn't been the Russos. It hasn't been the Russos, so that's why I don't connect the last 5 years to what is currently going on.
But Darius, you the first one to tell us that this Russo's been shitty since they left. How we know they still got it?
No. Okay. I want to make sure I make this clear. The Russos have been shitty outside of Marvel. They can't do things outside of Marvel, but when those brothers take open that, because they grew up on comics, they know that shit. Nobody cares about.
I feel like Boo Boo spreads, and when you was Boo Boo doing one thing and you try to come back to what you was good at, you might just spread that on what you used to be good at, like that. Wash it off that quick.
Like no.
I'm hoping they come with the same, you know what I'm saying? But at the same token, they went off on their own, tried to spread them wings, and quickly got shot down.
They tried to do things that weren't comic book related, things that they weren't really truly passionate about. Do you think they were truly passionate about the character that Tom Holland played with schizophrenia or whatever?
I think they were
whatever
passionate
Jerry.
about I think they was passionate about the Citadel.
I don't even know what the fuck that is.
See?
They was passionate about Gray Man. I actually like Gray Man.
was
Gray
pretty
Man
good,
wasn't bad.
Yeah, but passionate to the point where they where we're seeing them talk and ooze about that film the way they talk and ooze about Marvel.
Not the same marketing budget.
Nah, not the same love.
I feel like if they would have came back in the middle of Phase 5, done a movie or two, or at least like put their thumbprint on a few of those movies, then it feels like, okay, this was always the plan to work the Russos back in. They've been kind of guiding this thing. It doesn't feel like, oh shit, we about to fucking lose the ship. Let's call them boys. Let's call Joe and Anthony. What's the other one's name? Anthony. Here you go.
And the casual fan sees the word Avengers, and that's got recognizability. That has like a brand. That's Avengers. Gotta come. They don't care about. Yeah, this kind of feels like it was just put together last minute. They don't care.
Okay.
What do you want in the trailer? Like, what do you think is for the teaser, the one that we're supposed to get?
I truly don't know. I truly do not know, and I don't even have like they better do this. They better do. I don't know.
Between the choice of the first thing you suggested, like the Peggy Carter and Steve kind of reunion thing, and directly plugging it into Endgame versus a sizzle rule of doom, I would choose the Chris and Peggy thing, because that's the most bankable thing you got right now. You know, we don't really know what the reaction is going to be to whatever Doom footage that they put out there. But again, if you overdo it, you could be shooting yourself in the foot. You could be, giving out too much too early. I feel like you stay in a good sweet spot if you start with Steve and Peggy, and then somehow you incorporate a shot of Doom. But them trying to take actual footage from the movie, being that we haven't seen Dr. Doom at all,
they should definitely do that. Okay, so now that you've said that, I'm kind of thinking they should definitely do that. They should start it with the trumpet, the that the song that they dance to, show them dancing, and then have that song kind of drop off in like a
slow motion drag.
Then all of a sudden they pan out the front door, and here goes Victor.
They should do something like that, and then it's like, oh shit, and then then you actually have oh, that could be hype. Oh shit, that got me hype. That could be hype.
You start with Steve Rogers just because like maybe someone's channel searching, or maybe someone's just not paying attention.
Sorry. It's only hype because you got Steve, but go.
Yeah, of course, and that's okay. This is the sequel to Endgame. I remember Endgame, most watched movie ever. Let's go and pay more attention, and then you can do all your the Thunderbolts and all the stuff that we're not gonna like, but all the because I don't know what's in the movie, but just do all the stuff we're not gonna like. When you finish the trailer, you have X-Men show up, and we hear new, and we're good.
Okay. Just put Steve in it. It's only hype if you put Steve in it. If you don't put Chris Evans in it, then it becomes very unhype.
Do y'all understand that if they're able to pull this off, that they've just been wasting half a decade of filmmaking? Like that's just all of them. The Russos, Mark. I don't know what Marcus and McFeely been writing on. Why they ain't been doing Marvel
they
stuff.
left is because they thought they were like, oh shit, we made these magnificent films for Marvel. Let's go do it ourselves. No, you make comic book movies.
Fine, but I haven't gotten anything out of these characters outside of the MCU that I give a shit about. So to me, it just feels like if they're able to do this out of nowhere, RKO style, shout out to Randy Orton, I'm mad, because what have you been doing with your lives that wasn't this?
You talk about the directors or Marvel?
Everyone involved.
Everybody.
Feige, Russos, all of them, because it ain't like y'all went out here and built an empire away from yourselves, right? It's not like you proved yourselves bankable to anybody other than Marvel.
Right.
But from Feige's standpoint, you obviously needed them to make a good project. Why are you making yourself king of Marvel if you can't do it by yourself?
I think you can get the pass to the Russos and Marcus and McFeely because they are just creatives, you know what I'm saying, who go out and basically
sometimes you need to know your role. You need to know where you work
I
best.
said a pass because you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't gotta stay at Marvel. Or we don't know if they said, all right, go do what you want to do.
Go spread your wings or whatever. I'm saying everybody involved should have worked that out.
Right.
If you got a dream team, you keep the team together.
You want to, but we talking why? Hey, we talking Feige, man.
You gotta think. You talking about dream team? Look at what happened to the Thunder. That man wanted more money. They couldn't keep that dream team together. They obviously
and where is James Harden today?
Well, where are the Russos today?
They're in Parliament.
Where is Serge Ibaka? He turned into a journeyman too. They should have kept that shit together.
Serge Ibaka.
Serge won a championship.
Serge did win a championship. I forgot about Toronto. I take back my Serge criticism.
But now, if we looking at Feige and Marvel, I think it's hubris with them. I think they just got too big for their own, you know what I'm saying? And just, we can win on doing whatever we want to do. Russo's, Marcus and McFeely, I don't really blame somebody who's saying, I appreciate the push. I'm going to go see what I can do. And if, you know what I'm saying, is the door open? If I fail, can I come back? You know what I'm saying? Cool. The house that the mouse built or the house of ideas over there at Marvel, nah. Y'all can't act like y'all just too big to fail, and I think that's what we got for the last half.
Oh, it's been too big to fail energy for sure.
But they know that because look, they're doing a trailer a year in advance from their Avengers movie. They've never done a year in advance trailer.
It's a long time to be giving key footage. That's what I'm saying.
They should probably have some toys in there, something that'll sell merchandise in the next 12 months.
I don't think it's gonna matter. 12 years.
That's what Star Wars did with BB-8.
That's a long time to because you're trying to build right now. Marvel is like us. They trying to build an audience. The difference is they lost the audience. You know what I'm saying? Like, they trying to build an audience. That 12 months out is not going to be able to, because in the meantime of that 12 months, how many other things is coming out that's going to make you really not care about Marvel up until the point to where it comes out?
Lantern, Supergirl from DC. That's it.
I probably already asked y'all this, but if Spider-Man for some reason becomes the first Tom Holland Spider-Man not to hit a Billy, is that enough to sway you? Is that enough to say I don't know? Already. I know you. I'm asking Chill and Darius.
Yeah, I had the same reaction. It is going to make a Billy, so I don't know how to entertain it.
Yeah, I think that still makes a Billy as well.
No, answer the question. That is not what I asked you. I said if it doesn't for some reason, and I acknowledge that it would be the first of its kind. It would be the first time Holland one not to hit a Billy. But let's say it does. Let's say the audience just isn't there.
It would change my idea of what Avengers Doomsday would look like.
There are too many negative factors pulling against a potential boondoggle for Disney for me to ignore. Economic stuff. Y'all just act like people got this money to throw around and go see this movie 6 or 7 times. Right. The tickets are almost twice as expensive as what they were when Endgame was out. Almost double the price. How are people going to see it?
So that's that. If Spider-Man does that, make the bill. I think it does, but if it didn't, then that would change my perception of what Endgame would be. On the other hand, if Spider-Man does make a bill, I think that carries that into or whatever they're doing at the end of this film, the tray, or we don't even know what's really going on in Spider-Man.
That's a nostalgia fest too. We got Hulk, we got Shang-Chi, we got Daredevil, we got female Punisher, we got Punisher, we got everything.
Are they doing female Punisher also? What is that?
Yeah. I think that's who Sadie Sink is.
Yeah, they're doing a female. I don't know if it's a female Punisher, but they are. From what I understand, there is a female Punisher in.
Hold on a second, man. Theory time. They make a female Punisher. So Sadie Sink rumor. They make a rumor of female Doctor Doom.
It's gonna be
just so that when it's not a female,
they doing the same shit. All right, go ahead. My bad.
It's not a female Doctor Doom.
Yeah, so like when that happens and you go to the movie and you're pleased, you're like, man, I thought it was gonna be female variants, and it wasn't.
Now hold on now. First of all, I was wrong. Spider-Man: Homecoming made $880 million. Didn't even make a Billy. But
I knew you were wrong.
So why you didn't say something? You could have said it.
I shook my head when you said it.
Stamina was brave enough to tell me. Anyways, so yeah, it would be the second Tom Holland Spider-Man movie not to make a Billy. The second one.
Sadie Sink is not playing a. I don't know who.
I knew what I was about. Now I remember.
Where'd that one come from?
Is it more likely that Marvel has cast female counterparts to their more popular characters, or that they're faking us out and not doing the MCU stuff, and it's really just going to be all males? What's more likely?
Well, watching Thor, Jane Foster, watching Shuri, Black Panther, I think that it's more likely that they are actually doing girl versions of male characters.
Yeah.
No,
it is what it is, bro. I'm sure the Doctor Doom main Doom is gonna be the one that's like the lead of the movie, and if they have to, they had a Lady Deadpool, right? Like she wasn't that key.
They gave us a Lady Silver Surfer who was key.
Yeah, that was pretty key, but yeah, they do that a lot, don't they?
That's their MO, bro. That's this. If they're saying that they're gonna do that, the chances are it's probably just gonna happen.
They was gonna slide you a female Blade with the door.
They was gonna work that Blade bastard child into the.
Yeah, that's what they want to do. I'm surprised that T'Challa didn't have a daughter instead of a son. I'm really surprised at that.
That was probably Ryan's first pitch, and they was like, "All right, man. Well, hold on now. Somebody got.
We already got Shuri. We
gotta stand up. Somebody in this country gotta stand up." Oh my God! If they say it's gonna be some female versions of some characters in this movie, I believe it. I believe it 100% because that is what they do.
I didn't even see that. I've stopped paying attention to a lot of the Spider-Man stuff. The last thing I saw about her was not this. If that is what they're doing.
That's what I mean. I heard it as a rumor. I didn't really take too much stock into it, but I did see a couple of other people saying that there was going to be a female version of the Punisher. It might not necessarily be Sadie Sink, but she's the mystery character as of right now. So
I could also see Firestar for her. That would be a good character with them working mutants in Doomsday.
Spider-Man's friends, right?
Friend. Yeah.
They can bring Iceman in too.
Bobby Drake. That would be a nice introduction to some X-Men. But to see those are new X-Men, and that's not where they going with this. They bringing back the old Dusties.
Well, Bobby Drake ain't new. Iceman to be.
You think that? But no. Why would he run into Spider-Man? The old Bobby Drake, like Fox Universe Bobby Drake.
Look, I'm just throwing that. I'm just saying it's Iceman. I don't know.
Like, why is man here?
Yeah, I don't know. Why is any of them there in Doomsday? What's going on? Like, I don't know.
No
we don't know.
That's another thing. Spider-Man almost has to be a bridge to Doomsday. It has to be. It's your last chance. Are you going to mention anything happening, or are we just going? We're gonna start the movie and everything's already going.
The Vision Quest finale.
The Vision Quest finale. Okay. Are you excited about Vision Quest? You want to see it?
Oh, I am very excited about Vision Quest. You know, I am Maximoff family to the end. I need to see what's going on with this fam.
But you know their kids not real, right?
Because she talking about
Can you be a family with fake kids?
Those kids are now real and
a fake daddy. Fake kids and a fake daddy.
Real kids and real bodies. They're in real bodies, reincarnated.
Yes, I know you was like
who birthed them, Darius? Who birthed them?
Like that.
Yeah. And I really have loved what they've. I have my gripes, but I like, for the most part, that is the story I think I'm now most connected with in the MCU, especially now that T'Challa's dead. Where it's, I really want to see what happens with the family, and I'm hoping they do some type of Children's Crusade thing. That's what I'm really hoping for.
I don't know about all that, dog, but I respect you for switching up, for sure. Respect you for switching up, but I don't know about that DC stuff.
I think so, man. Because, like I said, DC can't go but up.
Off of Sergeant Rock,
that's a great segue. Can go nowhere from up when they're talking about a Jimmy Olsen show.
Jimmy Olsen and Clayface and Sergeant Rock is back on.
I ride with Clayface. I don't know about Jimmy Olsen. I think you know what? I'm gonna tell you this. That Jimmy Olsen, I said, you know what? There's them gonna have a field day. There's them all gonna have a field day. That Jimmy Olsen. As soon as I saw it, I thought of y'all. It's crazy. it's like, don't bite off Marvel with the Agatha Harkness shit. Don't do that. Don't do that. Do not
like
do
like
that.
it was
Let Jimmy,
successful though. Like
yeah,
they was
don't do
feeling a
that.
good idea.
Yeah.
Hey,
Don't do
Agatha
that.
was successful.
Stop playing with me, Darius. You might have liked that show, but don't call it
Hey,
successful.
hey,
Don't you-
Agatha
don't you
was
dare.
successful. Agatha
Don't you
was
lie to this
successful.
audience. Don't you do that.
Agatha
Does
was.
Jimmy
nah,
Olsen
don't do
come
that.
after the Supergirl and after this Man of Tomorrow Superman movie?
I don't think we get a release date on it. I know
Nah,
they
they just said
it's in
the works.
pre-production right now.
It could be a lie for all we know, man. Could be a gunism. That's what I call them now. The lies, the gunism.
Hey, but ain't that the truth? That this could be absolute bullshit. Like
Could.
it could be
Mm.
legit,
But
but it
you know
was
what? You know
reported
what
by
makes
a
me a little
trade.
bit. What makes me a little bit more excited about this than like Clayface or
Agatha
someone else?
charted twice. Hey Pam, don't do that. Don't go against me, Pam. I like you, Pam. Don't do that.
Y'all want to push this Agatha stuff like
Right,
Hey,
it
man,
charted
Agatha-
twice. It's crazy.
It's
Out of how
charted.
many episodes?
Agatha did good, and it was.
It
good.
was not a bad show, but it was not a good show neither. You know what I'm saying? Like,
It didn't create general MCU excitement. Let's
and
just
it
say
wasn't
that.
needed. It wasn't.
If you are-
I put
I
it like
agree.
it just was not needed. How about
Well, to get Wiccan in here, that
that?
to
They
get
could have
Wiccan.
did that. Yeah, like,
hey, Wiccan.
they should have did that
Wiccan-
with Vision Quest.
Wiccan and Speed are going to play bigger roles. I think they're going to be one of the subplot stories of Doomsday.
Why? They not even big in the comics. I don't know.
Children's Crusade, Wanda.
But even with that,
I don't know. Hey.
You got it.
I don't know. I know I've just been waiting on some type of Maximoff family reunion since WandaVision, so I'm owed.
I don't think there'll ever be a movie with Speed and Wiccan when they are in the top 5 members of the cast of a movie.
You don't think so?
They're not interesting enough. I mean, as far as, and I'm coming
Wiccan's
from a comic book reader
Wanda.
standpoint, huh?
Wiccan's basically Wanda.
Still not interesting enough. They've done everything with Wiccan over there in the comics.
They have.
And
They have.
it just
No,
not
he
has-
still
it
has
just
not
hasn't worked.
taken off. No,
Yeah, it
I
just
understand.
hasn't worked.
I get it. And maybe I think I just
Speed
like
has disappeared. Like, and he just ain't even in the comics no more. You know what I'm saying? So,
Oh, we still talking Wiccan. I thought we moved back on to DC.
Hey, we can never talk enough Demiurge, but we can move on from him. That's fine. Not
I
everybody
think
has
the
to be.
Jimmy Olsen stuff, he's so involved with Superman that there's things that world building things that they can do to connect. So there's something there. I hope the budget is something reasonable, but still, and I hope James Gunn is not working on it. Right, take your time on the movies.
oh, he's most definitely working on it. He's most definitely.
His attention can't be diverted this much with guys who are not Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman, and Flash and Green Lantern.
It was something Gunn said in a either it was a tweet or a thread or whatever. I think he only wants to do Superman. I think that's
They
his.
made Wiccan Sorcerer Supreme.
And yeah,
Are
they
you
tried
just
to
talking shit?
He's not Sorcerer Supreme right now. Well, at least I didn't say.
I think Culture Mage is talking shit. He almost got my blood boiling. I was about to be like, man,
I
what?
didn't see him as Sorcerer Supreme, but even though Doom is supposed to be losing it, so Wiccan might get it. But that ain't gonna make him viable as a comic book character. Either way,
Clayface,
I think
James
James Gunn just only wants to work on Superman related titles. From what he
we was claiming he was giving black representation.
That's a
He
great
delayed lanterns, and now we getting pre-production of Jimmy Olsen.
I don't think
tell you
delaying
what.
Lanterns is anything other than we got to make the show better. So I'm always going to accept that as a good news story. I've seen unfinished video games. I love delays.
It ain't like they delayed it like forever. They only pushed it back they pushed it back
Because he needed to work on the Jimmy show. He needed to pause lanterns for a minute to get Jimmy in place because Jimmy is key. We gotta have Jimmy.
But the last part about representation is that Marvel took 18 movies to do Black Panther, and I hate that is that the standard that I'm going to be measuring DC on. I don't want to see 17 movies and then James Gunn gives you
Jason Harris.
Thanks,
definitely got pushed back.
That's the standard. If you're getting a Jimmy Olsen show, that to me is completely unnecessary. I understand. I don't. I don't. I think the Jimmy Olsen. I think this is stupid. I think this is so so fucking dumb. And it's so dumb to me because it's like, again, you're not Marvel at the beginning of this, where Marvel had to introduce Iron Man. They had to go with these characters. You have every single toy in the toy box to play with. And you're choosing to play with Gorilla Grodd and Jimmy Olsen. It just doesn't make any sense to me.
Like,
it does not make any sense to me.
Why? You don't like Martian Manhunter. You don't like Wonder Woman. You don't want to recast the Flash. You need to get to some Batman shit. But you're Jimmy. Oh, like if we did this maybe 4 or 5 years down the road, we still building out the Superman universe and stuff like that. That makes sense. Kicking off a universe with Jimmy Olsen as one of your first projects. Dog, hey, why should anybody care?
Balls,
we don't have a Justice League. Why the fuck would we give a shit about Jimmy Olsen right now?
Let me ask y'all this, because I'm with y'all. I don't think Jimmy
like, why the fuck is he doing this?
And y'all know I fuck with James Gunn, but I don't think that wasn't even on my brain. Like, we gotta have a Jimmy Olsen show after. Like, he didn't steal the show in the Super either way. Like Jimmy Olsen, because they saying this is coming out next. Like, what? How is this coming out next?
Because he cares about these characters so much that he's rushing this. He's just like, oh yeah.
And that's the problem, Darius. It's his characters. It's not what he thinks is going to work or what most people are going to be attracted to. It's what he wants to do. That's why this was such a mistake. Making a creative. He could have been head. He could have been head director. We could have gave him first choice on all the projects. But when you letting him run the show, I think you just was destined to get his vision, like his, not a vision for everyone that he compiled. No. My vision, what I want to sit down and watch, what my preferences are.
He should have asked us, the audience, first. He talked to us a lot. He should at least say, hey, man, what y'all think Jimmy Olsen?
He sure do be talking to us and not listening, don't he? He say a lot to us and don't listen.
He should at least just brought it up in passing and let somebody be like, oh, wait, you said what?
Damn, yes, what happened to Waller? Academy Award winning actress, just can't use her, can't do nothing with her, but we can make some Jimmy Olsen happen. Now that we can happen. We can make that happen.
I've heard 2 stories about that, but I ain't, you know what I'm saying.
Wait, what's your 2 stories? Give me one of them.
Well, one is the PC version that Gunn said about, I'm still thinking about how to implement her, and I was like, that's some bullshit. And then another story is, I think from what I hear, Viola Davis has moved on from that character, even though she said, oh, I would like, from my understanding, she has moved on from that character.
She don't want to come back.
She moved on. You know, she said twice, Marvel. She called Marvel twice publicly.
She moved on from that character.
Publicly, she said, hey, I would like to play the Marvel character.
I think her contract is up. Like, you know what I'm saying? A lot of things, getting them.
So why would you announce a project where the star is wishy-washy about even being in it and she's not under contract?
It's marketing, man. Market.
Yeah, he was way off.
I think it's marketing.
In January 2023, Chapter 1, Gods and Monsters. Here's my presentation.
Yep.
I think that's the biggest regret. And it was the first thing he did. Biggest regret.
Yeah, he shouldn't have did that. I agree. He shouldn't have did that.
No.
But I think it was just to get the buzz going.
You know, it's not that he shouldn't have done that. It's that he should have only announced things that were going to happen and not been so loose.
You mean like when he said we're not going to announce a project until the script is fully done and we're ready to go into production?
Yeah. So losing out on Amanda Waller, that's representation that's not happening. Like, she's not a superhero though. Like, I want to
match. And now I think also if she do come back, you'll get her in the what did Peacemaker just end up with Checkmate, because she was the head of Checkmate at one point in time, her and Mr. Terrific. So you could get that.
We gotta read this super. Let's pause real fast. We got it. Let me queue up something good for this one. Let me see. We go dance this one. Come on, Derek. We usually dance on this one.
Oh, I didn't even see it. I wasn't paying attention at all.
That's crazy.
How Darius is going to talk down on the C-list DC projects and then hype up Agatha show with nothing but D-list characters. DC needs more than Gunn for sure. $5. We appreciate you. I'm too fly camp.
No, No, stop, chill.
Nope.
One for
Nope.
you.
Let him answer.
Yeah.
Well, one, Agatha was coming off of the heels of one of Marvel's most successful things post Endgame, and that's WandaVision. So you had the WandaVision fans like myself that came over to Agatha, even though I was one that you can go watch that video that was condemning Agatha. I said Agatha shouldn't exist, but when it came out, I thoroughly enjoyed Agatha and thoroughly enjoyed its connections to WandaVision. So Jimmy Olsen and Gorilla Grodd have zero connection to anything besides Jimmy Olsen running around in the Superman film. And what's he gonna say? What's he gonna say in that? Agatha actually had real connections to Wanda, to the Maximoff family, to Wiccan being revealed as her son in the show. What is Jimmy gonna tell us? I figured out some shit for Superman through Lex's girlfriend.
Yeah, Superman's butt.
Hey, cool. That's fun. Now we've got eight episodes left. What's he going to tell us for the 8 episodes that are left? So no, this is a different type of D-list character thing that James Gunn is doing over there. At least Marvel played with some of their ABC characters before they started throwing the D's in there.
Can I say this though?
I'm about to say I got to defend Two Fly Cam, but go ahead, Blue.
Because it seems like you was like fuck Agatha until you watched Agatha.
Oh, I still said this. I still say that show outside of giving us Wiccan and the connections that Agatha has, the Darkhold and Death and all that kind of stuff. It really, I just needed Wiccan.
So you wanted a Wiccan show. You don't want to Agatha.
You wanted a Wiccan show.
To be honest, Wiccan. I just needed Wiccan because I need this. I'm here for the family aspect.
So you mentioned that Agatha came out off the heels of WandaVision. WandaVision came out. That was the first Disney Plus show.
Well, I'm not
so
saying
it wasn't necessarily the heels.
I'm not saying, I didn't mean to say like off the heels of WandaVision, but it's still
sure.
had,
I know.
I'm just making an argument that it's going to be Go ahead.
Oh, I'm just saying it still had the WandaVision fans.
For sure. I'm just saying it's a shorter gap in between, or at least will be, it seems like, in between Superman and Jimmy Olsen than there was.
But what is Jimmy Olsen going to tell you for 8 episodes? I hung out with. Is he going to say that every episode? I hung out with Superman.
Hey, listen, man, I think you got a tough uphill battle if you're trying to convince people that Agatha is just an intrinsically more interesting character than Jimmy Olsen. I think y'all gonna be arguing for a long time. There's like no ground to be gained in that argument.
I think that that's a long argument when we are comparing Agatha. I'm not just comparing like the characters. Like I'm comparing the screen time and the importance of the character's screen time and their connections to the overall wider story of the universe they're in. Jimmy can only tell you in his show, I know Superman.
He also took down Lex Luthor, though. He put Lex Luthor in jail.
Yeah. This show, from what I'm reading,
I helped put Lex in jail. Now we got 8 episodes left. Is he saying that every episode?
From what I'm reading,
what did Agatha say? Where's Wiccan?
Yeah,
no, I mean you have so many more connections than just Wiccan.
I guess he's supposed to be investigating Gorilla Grodd. I think that's what this show is about. Sure. So think of like an investigative journalist seeing what the fuck is going on with, I guess, gorilla maimings and you know what I'm saying? I'm guessing. I don't know.
So at some point, are they going to try to convince me that Jimmy Olsen is smarter than Grodd? Because like, there's nothing that he should be able to figure out or reveal or outsmart Gorilla Grodd. So like, where is this even going? Are you going to try to convince me that Jimmy Olsen is going to investigate Gorilla Grodd and actually figure some shit out and be able to report?
Well, I mean, it's been people talking about. I saw somebody bring up the Flash because Gorilla Grodd is a Flash villain.
Right.
We get this the introduction.
Flash probably not. It's probably going to be all Jimmy Olsen.
Probably right. Probably not.
Do something with the Flash. They're just gonna show like Central City on like on a sign. Oh, Flash lives there.
Maybe that's
like the Gotham exit.
What if Jimmy
we won't get Wiccan.
Mission?
We won't get a Wiccan. I feel Wiccan won't show up. So
I wouldn't mind if Jimmy Olsen investigates superheroes or villains who are masked and like trying to figure out who they really are. And that could be an episode. We get the Oliver Queen episode. We get the I wonder who Miss Terrific is underneath there.
Exhausting.
I wouldn't mind seeing.
Exhausting.
Yeah, it's not ideal, of course. I don't want this Jimmy Olsen show. Not now. Maybe I'll want it 3 years from now when we get Aquaman.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I don't think it should. I think it's poor placement.
Yeah, it's definitely poor placement. Again, I'm telling you. I mean, any kid, you put garage sale toys over here. You put toys fresh out of a box over here. You put any kid in front of that. Where's he gonna go? I mean, I'm gonna go to the new toys. I'm not going over here to play with these toys. Why would I? James's formula. Hey, man. All right.
And that's it. That's the formula we're criticizing. I'm Too Fly. It's like before they did Agatha, Marvel was doing the best superheroes they had. They did Captain America and Thor, and then they got to Doctor Strange. They did Black Panther.
They could afford
and then
it.
Finally it took a while
Yeah.
to get to Agatha and some of the things that we're not liking right now. They began with C-listers, and they did the best they could for the longest. They took risks. Guardians was a risk. And
Gunn's
then
not giving himself a chance to get to that point. Like he's depending on smaller characters.
I think Superman is just his bag. I think he just wants to do Superman character. I think he got stuck with Peacemaker. He made the best of Peacemaker. Now he's on the Superman because everything he's talking about.
shout out to John Cena, the Intercontinental Champion.
Yeah,
Grod's gonna say some shit like, "Who are you?" Well,
I'm Jimmy Olsen.
I
bitch.
did.
That's what he.
I did put Lex Luthor in jail. I helped. And then people are gonna be like the Leonardo, that we're gonna be the Leo meme. Oh yeah, Superman. that's where
So Lois and Clark are not in this show, apparently, allegedly.
Mm.
Are they going to be on like maternity leave or something? Are they going on vacation?
That's the thing that I'm asking too. Like, if you're gonna do Jimmy, you got to do at least a Lois cameo, right? You at least got to do that.
Like Lois literally worked there. Like she got.
I think you get Cat, and you'll probably get the sports dude. I can't remember the sports dude's name. You probably get those, maybe Perry. You know what I'm saying? You probably get those guys.
You definitely have to get Perry.
Yeah,
sure.
You get a lot of mentions because I think Gunn is still stuck in that era. I think he's still stuck in the because I mean he did it in Superman, like with Gotham, like Gotham, like okay, we know.
I don't think he can do Batman.
I am so scared of his Batman. I am terrified of his version.
I don't think he can do Batman. I don't mean he can't. No, I mean contractually. I don't think he can do Batman. I really don't. I think it's a real battle for whose Batman is going to be Batman, and I think it's a lot of inside stuff going on. We just outside like, oh shit, why you want to do Batman? I think it's a. Y'all had this key for. I think it's a lot of pushing and pulling when it comes to Batman. I really do.
I could believe that because I feel like if we were going to go full fledged into this 2 Batman thing, Gunn wouldn't have set so long on his version. Right? He's not just going to let everybody get hyped off of Matt Reeves and then let his version go to the wayside. So yeah, maybe there is still some jockeying and negotiating and seeing if we can get Pattinson inside the universe, because that would save him a lot. Honestly, having a Jimmy Olsen series on the conveyor belt right now tells me you're not really worried about Batman and getting that together. So maybe they are pivoting to having Pattinson as their guy, because why would you take your eye off of that ball? Like you can't you can't be wearing as many hats as James Gunn is wearing and do it successfully. You can't be the head of Superman and Batman and be doing your own little pet projects all at the same time and expect it to come together the way it's supposed to.
But see, I think that's where the battle lies, right? I don't think necessarily Gunn is going to be doing the directing of a Batman movie, but having that in his umbrella, in his wheelhouse, you know what I'm saying, in his sandbox to play with is a different story. Whether it's Pattinson or somebody else, if James Gunn is going up to Zaslav every day and say, "Hey, I found my Batman," and Zaslav is like, "Well, the Batman 2 doesn't come out until such and such," and he like, "But I'm ready to go with my shit." You see what I'm saying? I think that's where the battle is. You know, or is it, hey, you want to bring Pattinson over? He might not want to bring Pattinson over to his DCU side of things.
Oh, I'm sure he doesn't, but I do think that it would save him a lot of time and energy. It would allow him to kind of plug a hole instead of creating a whole new piece for one.
I agree. I mean, I don't like Pattinson's Batman, so I'm not the one for speaking on that because I'm always like, nah, I'm a poo-poo that every time. But I feel you. I do think
he also runs the risk of having it be more successful. He runs the
Mhm.
risk
He
of
does.
going up against an already established franchise that people are longing for and underperforming versus then what? Then what? Then what
But
you gonna
that's
do?
and I think that's the reason why it's a battle because I think both of them know that. I think Gunn knows that, and I think Matt Reeves know that. You know what I'm saying? Like Matt Reeves might be in the corner. Yeah, dog. When my shit drop,
I'm about to get your job.
yeah, he might be in the corner like that. You don't know. You know what I'm saying?
He could be.
So I think that Batman shit is a big question mark. That's what I think. It's a huge-
Is Sergeant Rock a Batman character the way Jimmy Olsen's a Superman character?
Sergeant Rock is a Sergeant Rock character. He is.
I was to say, what the fuck is Sergeant Rock?
Yeah, he's his own thing. He's
What
like
is
DC. He's like old DC. You know what I'm saying? Like he's like it was Batman, there was Superman, there was Sergeant Rock. Like Sergeant Rock was huge back in the day, not now. You know what I'm saying?
Never
Not
heard
making
of that.
Sergeant Rock the third. Hold on,
Sergeant Rock seems
hold on,
like
hold on,
one of
Darius. Hold on,
those-
hold on.
That I will retire with the ring, and I will retire with the crown. Yes, no, I'm not lucky, I'm blessed.
MAGA. No, I'm not lucky. I'm
Appreciate
blessed.
the
Trump.
$4.99 buck thoughts. Trump. Appreciate it. Hold freaky gun accountable, Blue.
I'm
Appreciate
holding him accountable,
appreciate
man.
you.
I look. Yes, I do. I rock with Gun, man. I rock with Gun. But as soon as he dropped the ball, I'll be right there. I used to rock with Feige. He dropped the ball. I let y'all know when he dropped the ball. As soon as he pick it back up and score, I let y'all know when he score. I ain't got no problem with that. I ain't Rory.
Man, that's a whole nother rabbit hole to fall down. One more.
Make this money, take this money. Ain't no way you can take this money. Ain't funny, take it, honey.
John Mulaney.
Now let's get it.
Appreciate y'all.
Eric
Two
50
fly
wrote
camp for
that.
$2 more. Jimmy a bigger character than Agatha. No, I won't accept that.
And
I think we're talking about the doldrums. But yeah, maybe I prefer Jimmy Olsen over Agatha, but like they're both very low.
Are we just talking about as comic book characters or in the shows?
Or in the show?
No, Jimmy Olsen is a bigger, higher profile, more important comic book character
bullshit.
than Agatha
Bullshit.
has ever
And
been.
Agatha Harkness in Marvel?
No.
Yes.
Jimmy Olsen
He's
is
literally
not.
no, hell no. Absolutely.
Wait, hold on,
not.
wait. What?
Jimmy
Agatha
Olsen
is not even a character in the Marvel comics up until now. She's never been a character.
What?
Agatha Harkness?
She was the twin.
Harkness.
She was Wanda and Pietro's babysitter, but she also was a witch.
She had. Look how many
Agatha Harkness has relations with Franklin Richards and the Fantastic Four. She got relations with Spider-Man. She got
when did Franklin show up?
all kind of. What? Say it again.
When did Franklin show up into the comic?
Yes, but we're talking the importance of the character to the other characters.
When did Agatha Harkness get her own comic book?
Okay, so basically, you trying to tell me
comic books?
You trying to tell me that Foggy is more important than Agatha Harkness too, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I'm about to get off. Y'all have a good night. Y'all have a good night.
Okay, so it'll be the three of us. You'll still be wrong. I mean, you can leave.
Hey, what's wrong with y'all?
Foggy.
Since when did characters who are just appendages to superheroes and don't have any powers of their own be bigger than multiversal characters? Answer that to me.
I mean, because Foggy and Jimmy Olsen appear a lot. They do more things. Like if you go to their Wikipedias, they'd have way longer than what Agatha accomplished in her comic book runs.
Okay, for that measure, then Aunt May is more important than all of these characters we're talking about. Okay, I'm about to throw a rocket, y'all. First of all, just appearing is not enough. Like you can appear and be an appendage every time you appear. That doesn't mean that you're important.
Jimmy doesn't just appear. Jimmy does shit.
If Aunt May was Aunt Debbie, would that have changed anything about the fucking story?
If what?
If Aunt May was Aunt Debbie, would that change anything about Spider-Man's story?
Does she still do the shit that Aunt May has done throughout the comics?
Sure.
I don't give a damn about her name. Is she still doing what she does?
But no. It has to be her worth as a character. What the hell? What is
Agatha's worth? Y'all tell me. Hold on.
At least she has a power. At least she is a force.
mean?
She decides things on her own. Things don't just happen to her. She's not a bystander in a story.
No, Jimmy does things on his own.
Is he not a bystander in Superman's story? Yes or no?
Jimmy's
Does he
his
affect
own
anything
being.
to be an actual factor in Superman's story other than being a reporter?
What does
Does he
Agatha
play
do?
a factor in Superman's battles with Lex Luthor?
I need y'all to go read up on. I need y'all to go read up on Agatha because I think y'all will get a whole different story from this old white-haired lady that ain't done shit in the history of her in comic books.
When's the last time you went to the comic shop and you were like, "Oh, Agatha's on the cover of this one"?
Right.
Now, I feel like you're walking me into a whammy because there was some fuck ass one shot with Jimmy Olsen as the main character, and now somehow that proves that he's a more important character than Agatha Harkness.
Jimmy Olsen has had comic book runs. There's been variable comic books called Jimmy Olsen.
What I'm asking you is,
hold on, wait. He has been Superman before. He's been Superman. Jimmy Olsen has done way
so now
more
he's important because he's a secondary Superman.
No, he's not important because he's a secondary Superman.
So he's sure Black Panther.
Saying he's more important than Agatha.
He's way more important.
I can't give him more.
Since when do you respect putting Jimmy Olsen in a Superman suit and saying I make him more important? So if Agatha Harkness put on a Spider-Man suit in an alternate universe, that would make her more important.
In the last 10 years, what has Agatha Harkness, the comic book character, accomplished of note? Like what's she been in?
I'm saying by their very nature of what they do in their stories, one person is consequential to the story because they have powers. The other person has to take on the persona of the actual star that he's connected to be important. You gave me a story where he turns into another person that we actually care about. You gave me a story where he turns into Superman. Make Jimmy Olsen important.
Agatha was coming with knowledge when it came to the twins and the whole Mephisto thing, and then them being they're being split and all that kind of stuff. Their souls, like that Agatha was there guiding through that. She was there being knowledgeable through that. She was there being knowledgeable as a witch through
because of her knowledge of magic, her own, not a relationship, not an alternate version where I become the strong guy, but what she can do in her own universe.
Jimmy Olsen, like I said, show me an Agatha comic book that hasn't come out in the last.
Man, you leaning on these comic appearances, and I'm telling you, if that's all we got, then I can take you to Miss Marvel and knock Jimmy out the way. Is Miss Marvel a consequential comic book character because she has runs?
Yes.
Okay. Well, then I don't think we ever gonna be on the same side of this argument.
Hold on. What are we talking about?
Miss Marvel is one of the most inconsequential comic book characters that we have today. But since she got runs, that makes her consequential to you.
Agatha does not have any kind of run. Nothing. She's not consequential in anything. Y'all say, "Oh, she fought the twins about Mephisto."
She's not consequential to anything.
So what? What there?
You can't say she's not consequential to anything. She is consequential to the whole story with Mephisto.
Remove her out of that story. You think that story don't work?
The story still works, but you still have.
There's also the Franklin Richards story with Fantastic Four. It's also Franklin Richards.
Okay, I'll take those 2 times she did something and she was featured, and then I'll just compare that to the multiple times Jimmy Olsen has done things or Ms. Marvel has done things. Yeah, I think when you say inconsequential, you mean like in the events, like Marvel big events, she's not like used like Iron Man and Cap. Is that what you mean by inconsequential? Because she's consequential to her own run, which she has like 70-something issues of.
Who are we talking about right now?
Ms. Marvel.
Kamala Khan, Ms. Marvel.
Inconsequential as in people do not care about her as a character. She's not popular.
That's not inconsequential. That's unpopular.
That is okay.
Wait, but you said wait, hold on. Okay, cool.
If we're not talking comics, because I'm going to kind of pull a card that you pulled because you kept pulling up Jimmy Olsen's comics. I'm going to pull up Agatha. If we're skipping over the comics,
what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to differentiate. Are we talking comics overall? Or are we talking about this live action iteration? Live action, I give you Agatha because we just saw Agatha in WandaVision and we saw Agatha's own show. So Agatha is on the mind of people because she's been put on the mind of people.
Yeah.
To who? And I'm not even mad at Kamala Khan as a character, but like
I don't know on that one either because her own show wasn't even popular. Where was the
man? What are we talking about?
Where were these fans then for her show?
I'm not finna sit here and say that she's very popular. That ain't what I'm saying. That is not what I'm about to say.
But just like Chill said, she's popped up in comic book runs over and over again.
Yeah.
She's had her own runs, long issue, like she's had everything that y'all telling me Jimmy Olsen had. And where we at with her? Where's she at?
She's a mutant now because Kevin Feige.
Exactly. She's getting her entire history retconned to be shoehorned into an X-Men.
For Ms. Marvel to be so popular, I again, if this is the route they do go, I don't know what they're going to do with the X-Men, but if they, hopefully the Russos talk them out of that, but if they do decide, because they've already made her in the MCU, put her on a poster. Put her on a poster for the upcoming X-Men, and you tell me if that sparks excitement. Coming to you soon, the X-Men with Ms. Marvel on the front with the
out
other
front though. Out front.
That does not get anybody excited for the X-Men. But that would be the nail in the coffin.
They gotta have low tier X-Men. They gotta have something new, but they have to have Cyclops, Jean, Storm, Wolverine. Like there's like 4 Beast. There's like 4 or 5 guys you have to have. And then you can play around with who are the other X-Men around there.
Why does it have to be new? Why can't we just say, boom, I don't know, my Children of the Atom, here they are. And it's not like, oh, let me go. Who's that? Like, no, like, can we not just do like, hey, we failed for the past 5 years. Let's do some known characters and get some butts in. I just don't understand the strategy. With
so many things should have played off the snap for them. They should have played off the snap. That could have been your awakening to mutants. That could have been the thing that started an incursion to get us to Secret War. Like there are so many things that they could have used the snap for.
Common sense, Marcus. Too much common sense, man.
But instead they wanted to make us cry. They wanted to make us cry over Vision, and they wanted to make us cry over Chadwick, and they wanted to make us cry during Eternals because that was such a bad movie. And that's all they wanted us to do was be sad for a whole phase and then try to pop us out of it with cheerier content, but still not good.
You know what's crazy, Marcus? They had 2 plans that they pivoted. They had the T'Challa, Captain Marvel, and Spider-Man plan.
There you go. Yep.
Hard pivot. They didn't even say, well, let's see if we can salvage this. They just said, nope. Kane. Okay, cool. You come in with Kane. You give him every fucking movie in the world, right? Yep. Then we saw what happened with Jonathan Majors. You didn't try to salvage that. Pivot. So how many times can you pivot before you just fall into a fucking hole and can't get out?
I think they're Giannis Antetokounmpo with all these pivots.
They can take like 4 or 5 Euro steps.
Yeah, soon you're gonna travel. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, man. It's sometimes you have to stick to the plan. You know what I mean? And this will be like their 4th plan. I believe in it. With 4th or 5th plan as far as which direction they go. Multiverse is all over the place. All over the place. They should have did small. They said this is the longest. What they had 7. I think they said out of this has been. I forgot how many projects they said, but this is the longest span of projects they've had for one phase. Well, not for one phase, but for one storyline.
Whatever. Can we get to that Black Panther stuff, or is there super chats to talk about?
Pause your life. There is one more super chat, and then we can do Black Panther. Hold on. We got. Wanna see me? I was dancing. I forgot to put the thing up there. My bad. Blue, you're a gentleman and a scholar. I salute you. Appreciate it. I am too fly can.
You agree with the Jimmy Olsen thing?
I think he just talked about me talking. Yeah.
No, I think he agreed with you one time.
Agatha only has 25 comic book appearances in her whole lifespan.
That's not true. Really? Is it only 25?
Who does?
I require an apology for Marcus and Darius.
No.
Who does?
Mine was listen.
Damn.
Listen.
I just walked you through why that shit doesn't matter. Didn't I not just give you Captain Marvel? Did I not just give you a character who eclipses both of theirs and still matters less than both? Come on, man. How many times Uncle Ben been mentioned in a goddamn comic book?
I'm gonna count myself, but I'm just reading it what the AI is telling you. AI be wrong. I'm just reading what the AI says.
I mean, she ain't show up a lot, so that must mean she don't mean nothing. So I guess the Beyonder don't mean nothing because they pull out the Beyonder once every 2 or 3 years.
Which would be way more than Agatha Harkness.
You got a Beyonder book that I don't know about? What's the Beyonder solo? I'm going to find every shitty comic book character I can who's had an extended run, and I'm going to throw them at you. I want you to tell
Marcus,
me that they matter.
Jimmy and Agatha. That's it. That's it. We ain't talking about Ms. Marvel. We're talking Jimmy and Agatha.
One player, as his natural form, is a human reporter, and the other one is a multiversal being who can control magic. Which
Batman
one matters more to their story? Even if she don't show up a lot, when she does show up, she's a consequential character. She's somebody who has to be dealt with. Jimmy Olsen is a fucking human. He's a human.
Is a babysitter. That's literally what she is.
To the most powerful being in existence.
I don't care who
like you trying to sell her short, like, oh, she's just a babysitter. She's a babysitter to somebody who created a reality as a baby. Jimmy Olsen writes papers.
Marcus.
He types. He takes pictures. He gives interviews. What are we even talking about?
LeBron, Bruce Lee, and all these great people were just babies.
This is you trying to tell me that Tyronn Lue is more important than Kawhi Leonard. That's what you're trying to tell me. You trying to tell me Tyronn Lue more important than Kawhi Leonard.
That is
not even Tyronn Lue. Sam Cassell. You trying to tell me Sam Cassell is more important than Kawhi Leonard. That's what you're trying to tell me.
Sam Cassell has played in more games.
No. Let me tell you, because Kawhi Leonard don't play. Sam Cassell and Kawhi Leonard probably gonna play in the same amount of games this season. But you're not about to sit up here and tell me that Sam Cassell is more consequential than Kawhi Leonard.
Who got more chips?
Stop playing with me, man.
I'm trying to figure out.
I think Kawhi. Did Sam win one?
In Boston?
Yeah, Sam won one with
Boston. Right? There you go. Yeah, he won one. Boston. So they tied.
Yeah. Okay.
No.
Kawhi got two. He won with the Spurs.
Yeah, he did one with the Spurs. Okay.
Yeah.
That didn't prove nothing, but I agree with you.
You asked the question. Let's talk about.
Wait, Beyonder or Aunt May? Marcus, Beyonder or Aunt May?
Who's more consequential? Beyonder.
Yeah. Who's the bigger character?
The Beyonder.
Okay, well, let me do it again. What were we arguing? Higher profile, status? What was the exact criteria that we're upset with?
I was on consequential, but we switched over to popular.
I don't know. I think you introduced consequential later on in the conversation.
I said consequential is more consequential than Agatha Harkness.
Name who? What now? Say again.
Mary Jane is more consequential than Agatha Harkness.
Yes.
She's just a human.
Yes. Facts. You got me.
Whoa.
Is Mary Jane even remotely close to Jimmy Olsen though? Are those the same type of characters?
Yeah.
No, Mary Jane is Lois Lane. See, you being dishonest now. Now you just being dishonest. Mary Jane is Lois Lane. She's not Jimmy Olsen. She's not Jimmy Olsen.
I really need you to go check on.
She's the love interest of the main protagonist. Is Jimmy Olsen anybody's love interest? Did he sleep with Superman and I just didn't know about it?
I'm sure there's 25 appearances where he has some romantic relationship with somebody.
That's not what I asked you. I said, is he sleeping with the protagonist on his title?
He might as well be. He's like,
no. I don't want to hear, he might as well be, or he slept with somebody else. Is he screwing Superman?
He might be on the low.
No, stop it. Stop.
Because they be like this. Stop. They be like this, man.
So now Jimmy Olsen is basically Superman's love interest.
Look, if the right writer came along. Black Panther 3, come on, man. We ain't got into none of the stuff.
Tired of y'all tonight. Yeah, so what are we even talking about? We're Michael, who is it? Cosmic Circus reported that there's going to be a male Black Panther, or a second Black Panther.
Second male, yeah. Mm-hmm.
In Doomsday. Everything that we've heard.
Where did they got a second male Black Panther?
I don't even think he said, man. I think he just said a second Black Panther.
Black Panther, yeah.
So people were speculating on whether or not it was going to be Junior or another universe T'Challa. But again, everything we heard is that if it is T'Challa, then Ryan Coogler's involved, and I don't think he's involved in Doomsday. Yeah. So Are they going to cast another T'Challa and kill him again? Or are they going?
Are you talking about the latest thing from Daniel?
Yeah, from RPK. Yeah.
Yep. I mean,
can you pull it up?
Yeah, sure.
Because you said Cosmic Circus, not Daniel RPK.
Yeah, Cosmic Circus. Are we 100% on board with Ryan Coogler, just the guy who makes the Black Panther decision?
I think if it's to Junior, it has to be him. I don't think anybody else would have that idea. I don't think anybody else is on that wave other than him.
Variant?
It's not T'Challa.
It's to Junior?
I don't have an insider. I don't have anything like that. I just have, again, realist reading the room. We've now had 3 separate employees at Marvel come out and say anytime that they want to do, or when we were talking about using T'Challa, we had to phone Ryan Coogler. Again, I've said and we won't know until the film comes out. We won't know until Black Panther 3 comes out. Again, I'm just reading the room from what I've reading. I don't think he has his story. It's going to continue. What happens in Doomsday is what's going to happen in Doomsday. If we are to believe, even though Ryan Coogler has not said anything himself, because I've seen some people on Twitter saying, because everybody likes to pick and choose their rumors that they believe when it comes to the Black Panther for whatever reason. So when it's a rumor that we like, it's like, oh, that's true. But when it's a rumor we don't like, it's like, oh, no, that's not true. So this one with T'Challa, or this one with Black Panther 3, where it's like Shadows of Wakanda, whether or not it's real or not, that seems to be taking on the story of following Shuri. And again, why would it not? Because that's where he left off with his story in the second one. I think that the child is still going to be involved in that, but I don't
even know if I should read that.
I don't think that it's T'Challa that's walking out of a portal or wherever the fuck he's walking out of in this one. And I don't think that it's T'Challa besides with the JR at the end of it in that third movie.
So wait, hold on. I missed it. Did you say that in this movie, is it going to be Junior or another version of T'Challa? Or it's not going to be either? In Doomsday?
I don't think it's Junior or T'Challa.
Oh, so this is, you think Daniel RP? You think his scoop is not accurate at all?
No, I think he's I think a Black Panther will appear.
I always thought that.
Who's it going to be?
I don't know. They might go with. They might. Tina made a very good point the last time we talked about this, and that was the whole. Or not Tina. Sorry, Tina. I did not mean to get you confused with that.
You're talking about Jessica.
Jessica. When she was talking about when she bridged Eyes of Wakanda in it, and how they took a Black Panther from the or the future or what. I'm telling you, nobody watched that. No one watched it. You're right. No one watched it. Aren't
y'all telling me that Doomsday gonna be better because the Russo's in charge of it? So now the Russo's gonna be doing the same shit that Ryan Coogler and Eyes of Wakanda people doing, but it's gonna be successful.
No. I'm definitely not saying that the Russo brothers are looking at Eyes of Wakanda and saying let's do that or let's bridge this to that. I'm saying that they are going to take that concept of a random Black Panther coming through a portal.
The Russos are gonna do that though.
I think so, because again, we have heard three. I don't know how many more we need. 3 separate Marvel employees.
That's fine, Darius, but he's not the director on this project. A consult is not, hey, tell us what to do. It's okay. What do you think about this?
Bo DeMeo was the showrunner, basically director, right? He was the showrunner of his show,
and he didn't get a directive from Ryan Coogler, though. He didn't get. So you talking about when they retconned him out of X-Men '97?
Correct.
That wasn't a Ryan Coogler. If you believe him, he said he made that decision because of the tenor in Marvel and all that other shit.
He came back out. He came. The first time he said that, y'all got to keep up with Bo. First time
don't keep up with Bo. Leave Bo out of this. You got to keep up with Bo. You're gonna be all over the place.
That this came out, that this all came out because I was getting tagged in it left and right. Was when he said that they had to reach out to Coogler.
He did say that. He said that, but that's why you can't believe Bo. Because what's true, Bo?
The other 2 Marvel employees lying that said, well,
I don't think so. But again, I don't think a consult is the same thing as, hey, write this part for this character so we can insert it in our movie. I think it's more so of how do we make this fit what you're already doing.
But that's why I think it's, not to cut you off, Mark, I think it's easier for the Russos to pull some fake ass Black Panther from the future or whatever to fit what they want, because Shuri is off limits. She can't be touched. As you know, I just don't think she can be touched.
She is the Black Panther in this movie.
Right, she is the Black Panther. To child or whatever we call him, to ain't whatever.
I don't even think we'll see him. I don't think
I don't think he shows up.
Not in this. Did Blue freeze?
Frozen. He was saying he doesn't think what, T'Challa or the kid doesn't show up.
I think he was saying the kid, and I agree. I don't think the kid shows up. I don't even think the kid shows up. Like, he might get mentioned by Shuri, maybe, but I don't think like we see him.
That's what's so confusing about the second part of this news, is that they're talking about Shadows of Wakanda is going to be starting filming here in the summer, which means it would be done and ready to be, put in the theaters before Secret Wars. And that's, again, counter to what we've been hearing, that the T'Challa story is supposed to pick up after Secret Wars. So would they be moving if the both of these scoops are correct, right, about them having a Doomsday Black Panther and them starting production on Black Panther 3 this up and coming summer? If that's true, would they then be repositioning Black Panther 3 so that they can have the T'Challa as the Black Panther going into Doomsday and Secret Wars? So they can age him up in Black Panther 3 as opposed to doing it in Secret Wars or Doomsday.
Yeah, probably.
I don't think here's what I think. Here's what I've been my main thing has remained the same, that they're not, I don't think that they're recasting T'Challa, but it has shifted, morphed, especially with this whole, I never thought that they were taking the attention off of Shuri, especially for Doomsday and Secret Wars.
Negro. They bit off Shuri.
No. I mean, as far as her being the definitive Black Panther in these movies.
Never expected it to last. She's a Black woman. How long did you expect them to promote a Black woman as the leader of the franchise?
I'm talking about for Doomsday and Secret Wars. For Doomsday and Secret Wars being the supportive character of the Black Panther, she is the Black Panther in those two films.
Quiet as it's kept, I think somebody, now maybe not a lot of people, but I think there's somebody in Disney that can count. And when they sat up there and they looked at what T'Challa made in Black Panther 1, and then they had all of the motivation in the world of the grief of death of Chadwick Boseman to promote people to go see this movie, and it made almost half of what the first movie made. They said, okay. Yeah, this is not the way forward in terms of our protagonist. Somebody. And I think that's where all of this T'Challa talk is coming from. Because the idea that not just Shuri as a character, but Letitia Wright as a lead is now going to carry this franchise and level it where we believe it should be. I think she's already proven to you that that's not possible.
Who thinks she's carrying this? I don't even think Marvel thinks she's.
But again, I'm just getting to the point of why it was never really going to be her moving forward. They were always going to find some other male Black Panther to put next to her, whether it was the grandpa, whether it was to Junior, whether it was some random Panther from across the universe that wasn't T'Challa. It was never going to be just Shuri by herself running the show again. That was not going to happen after Wakanda Forever.
Yeah, I think she's the one that done. But this is like this isn't a Black Panther story, so they can still use Shuri. You see what I'm saying? Like, I think you're right. Like for Black Panther 3, they'll figure
Black
out.
Panther 3, she'll be there. That's what I was saying. Like for Black Panther 3. For Doomsday and Secret Wars, again, she's the Black Panther in those. Like whoever the fuck walks through whatever portal, cool, whatever. But for the main story, she's the Black Panther in those movies. Moving on to BP3, you'll have the little kid. He'll be whatever the fuck age, and he'll be there with her, and then she'll probably pass that on over to him, and then boom, there's your male. Because that's what they're focused on.
That's what I believe. It'll be that.
That's what they think they need. They're like, that's what we're missing. Not T'Challa, just someone who's got the XY chromosome.
Every time y'all give me a theory about how y'all think this movie is gonna go, it gets shittier. It gets shittier
or
it gets shittier.
Doomsday. Oh, Doomsday is gonna be shitty anyway.
Doomsday.
Can you read?
It sounds awful.
What are most of these comments saying?
Let's see.
I hope it's T'Challa.
That's why I wasn't going too slow because they're talking about nothing. Killmonger thing, like, don't care. Sir, they hit the second Panther. Michael B. Jordan. It's time.
Jordan's such a. I still don't get
Hope that he wears a cape.
I like
Idris.
that they're using Damson Idris's like fan casting, but it's really important to me he's playing T'Challa and not T'Childs.
We'll see, man. Let's see
Not enough
if
people
Ryan
are saying it,
talked them.
Not enough
We'll see.
people are rejecting T'Child, and that's worrisome.
We'll see. We will definitely see. I as I've said, I don't now for, I don't think he's walking through no portal and Doomsday or Secret Wars. It'll be a Black Panther, but it'll be the same way they did it that we haven't liked in any of the other in any of the other stuff.
Then it's going to be terrible. Like there is no splitting hairs here. Like we can't be like, oh, well, they doing all this bad shit in the movie and none of this really makes sense. And the story's all over the place. And they may or may not have the actors that they thought they were going to have. But damn, if it don't kill at the box office. Like, come on, we got to apply some logic to this shit. At some point, we talk about it like it's a pile of dog shit. but the level of expectation of how it's going to perform is still so high. Why do we believe in this project so much? Black Panther should have
I still believe in the project because, like I said, I think we in this space think what we think about Black Panther and T'Challa. That's not everybody.
No. I said Black Panther aside because this is just one of the negative aspects of what we're hearing about this movie. So again, I don't know, man. I'm struggling to get the jollies from all of this as we continue to have these conversations. Like, all right, well, we got all the young Avengers coming together. And, you know what I'm saying? We got those Fox Universe X-Men that you were really loving. That's why we rebooted them in the middle of the series. And, we know you don't know much about these Avengers teams, but we'll throw Steve in there and it'll make it all better. We're projecting a lot of positivity, but not talking about a lot of tangible positive things going on.
I mean, but how can we really talk about the tangible positive things when we don't truly know what Doomsday is going to be?
That's true. I'm just going off of what we can speculate on at this point, right? Like, if we're speculating on the box office performance, then that has to be based on something. And I worry that we're leaning a little bit too much on reputation of the MCU and not what's actually in front of our face. I feel like if you slap any other studio's name on how they kind of put this together in this last phase or so, we'd laugh at it. But we're paying respect and deference to the Avengers brand and really to Kevin Feige and company, because what we remember of the MCU is those guys dominating it. So
I'm going to always respect the Russos because they haven't given me a reason to not respect
they've
them.
given you several reasons.
If you're counting their stuff outside the MCU, I didn't watch any of that stuff. I've never seen a Russo film outside the MCU. One, because I don't care. It's when they touch a Marvel film, it's when they're magic. That's when I care. You can touch all the gray men and all the cherries you want to don't give a flying shit. But when they touch Marvel, it's magic.
Darius, do you think it was magic because they had a direction?
I think it's magic because they grew up on these comic books. When you watch interviews of them talking about the comics,
I'm with you. Look, that's not what I'm saying. Because I grew up, I think if you put me in a room and I don't have no direction, I'm probably gonna give you some shit, or it's just gonna be some shit that I want to do. That's what I'm saying. Like when it comes to throwing the Russos in it, yes, they grew up on comic books. But if
damn, Blue froze again.
Was Stephen McFeely writing
on some of those?
Wait, say that again because you froze.
Frozen again.
Oh, yeah, you froze. You said.
No, I was just
okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just saying if there's no direction, it might not be at behest of the Russos. The Russos might come in and do a good job, but if they don't have the direction to make that good job great, then what? Because I don't think Marvel is giving them the right tools or anything to make a good film. I just don't.
I think they brought them in to try and pull them out of a hole. And so, like, that's a completely different circumstance than when they were at before. They were pitching from a lead before.
Right.
But we have
Civil
to remember
War, they were on a heater. Infinity War, they were
Marvel
on a
didn't reach
heater.
out to the Russos though. The Russos reached out to Marvel with the story. It's not like
Okay,
Marvel said,
yep. And I got a beach house in Idaho I could sell you. It's got a beautiful beach. You know what I'm saying? It's beachy. There's lots of water.
The Russos, that's not like Marvel's out here saying, oh, the Russos even said, yeah, no, they
serious. So people don't lie. Who's in a better position right now to reach out and be like, hey, let's run this thing back? The Russos or
you
Marvel?
know what? If we're going to use the Russos' piss poor possum spit movies outside of Marvel, neither one of them were in a good position.
They're both also insanely rich and they can retire at any time they want to, so they don't really need to make the money. So again, who's in a worse spot that they actually need each other? The Russos can go fuck off for the rest of their life. Marvel can't. So who needs who?
The Russos also wanted to stay at Marvel before leaving Marvel. They
and
never
left to
wanted
go do their own
leave.
projects. Why?
Because Marvel wasn't going to pay them what they asked.
Right. So they left. Not they got kicked out. Not they got fired.
I'm not saying
they
got
decided
kicked
to
out.
leave.
I never said they got kicked out. Yes, they decided to leave, but it's not as if they wanted to leave. They weren't like just begging to go make fucking cherry.
I'm sorry. It did. Okay. Let's run through the facts again. They wanted to stay at Marvel. Marvel wouldn't pay them, so they left. That sounds like their decision to me. That sounds like their decision. Because you could take a cut if you really want to just stay at Marvel, keep making movies.
To leave Marvel, they didn't. It's not like they were like, we're getting itching to get out of here because they won't pay us.
All I'm saying is that they made conscious decisions. Nobody pushed them out. They probably were going to continue to make the same rate that they were already making. You had a chance to go prove that you were worth the pay hike, and it fell flat on its face. So again, you made that decision of your own volition, right? You bet on yourself, and it failed. So I'm just trying to I'm really trying to give as much bail as I can, but like it sounded like Marvel needed them a little bit more than they needed Marvel at that point.
I don't know. You can say you believe. Everybody's gonna believe what they want to believe. I don't believe that Marvel reached out to them. I believe they did reach out to Marvel because they still want to do X-Men.
Wait. You believe they reached out to Marvel?
I believe they reached out to Marvel because
that's what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to say they reached out to Marvel to get back in there. Or no. That's not what I'm trying to say. I'm sorry. Marvel reached out to them. Not that the Russo, because again, I think Marvel needed them more than the Russos needed Marvel at that point. What is on the line for the Russos if they don't do another Marvel movie other than reputation? Like
nothing was on the line, but I think that they again saw the bullshit that we all saw.
Okay, now flip it. What's on the line for Marvel if they fail at Doomsday without the Russos? So if they don't call the Russos to come back in and redo Doomsday,
still nothing. And the reason I say, and here's why I say still nothing is Marvel may lose people, they may lose money, but they're still going to make that next fucking movie. And they're still going to make that next fucking movie. And they're still going to make that next one. Because look at Star Wars. They're still on the train. They're still making shows. They're still making movies. They still got
what train, Darius? What train are we talking about? What is Star Wars doing successfully right now? What are we even talking about?
It doesn't matter if it's successful. It doesn't stop. It doesn't matter if it's successful. They're still making shit. So regardless of if Doomsday fails, Marvel's still going to do the X-Men saga. Regardless if the X-Men saga fails, they're still going to, if the Eternity saga is what they're doing after that, they're still doing that shit because it's still going to go.
So maybe we're getting confused on what we're talking about here. I'm not saying that they're going to stop making movies. But to pretend that their failures don't matter at all is foolish.
I'm not saying this. I'm not trying to pretend like the failures don't matter. I'm saying that they're not going to stop making movies, regardless if the shit fails or not. They're not going to stop making the movies.
No, fine. But what does that mean? Like, yeah, they'll make the movies, but somebody else will be making them. Somebody else will be in charge. Regime changes happen. Like, there are risks to failure for everyone. You don't get a pass just because your company make a bunch of money. If you are the square peg in the round hole, if you're the squeaky wheel, they will get your ass up out of there. And Kevin Feige and his outfit has been the squeaky wheel for a long time now. at Disney.
So Kevin would be gone, but Marvel would still be under the Disney umbrella.
Okay, sure, but therein lies the jeopardy. Kevin's job. That is the jeopardy of a failure in a film this size. That is the failure.
Then Kevin's gone.
But are the Russos never getting another job again if they don't come back and do this Marvel movie?
With what are you talking about? Just no.
So if they don't come back and do Doomsday, if they turn it down or they never reach out to Marvel or whatever, if this doesn't materialize, the Russos back with Marvel for Doomsday, how you think that affects them more than Kevin Feige doing this with them and failing?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm simply saying, even if that, even with them coming back and doing it, even if it fails or whatever, yes, it's going to affect Kevin Feige. He'd be gone, but Marvel is still pumping out the next thing, regardless if people hate it or not.
Okay, somebody ends up paying for it. Is all I'm saying. Like I can't argue against the fact that Disney is a machine and they're going to make content no matter what. Somebody will pay for the failure of Doomsday if it fails. It's not going to be a zero-sum game for Disney,
Kevin
Marvel,
Feige
anybody involved.
I think that we've all said that. Hell, I thought with the failure of Fantastic Four, we might be talking about him out the door. Yeah, we all know Kevin Feige's foot is halfway in, halfway out. I'm just talking about the machine of it all, regardless of it, because you were saying, how can we say it's going to do this? How can we say it's going to, regardless. Marvel
right, but that's performance. You're saying, you're telling me that the performance doesn't matter. The machine is going to keep going. Only thing I'm telling you is there's no guaranteed performance level that's coming from this machine right now, is what I'm telling you. Like, there is no way to guarantee a win for them right now, no matter who you involve, because of so many other factors outside of them sucking. Like, we start with them sucking, and then we add on like 10 other factors outside of their control that would make that difficult. So I am just not of the thinking that it's going to be easy because of the names involved, because of their history, their track record, because they haven't had to deal with this set of circumstances. They haven't had to deal with this. None of them have had to deal with this situation where people are apathetic towards their product. And honestly, can't afford it. People can't afford it.
Christmas is historically the best week for movies.
Okay. How many of our last 5 Christmases were during a recession?
I guess all 5 of them?
No, none of them. This one will be.
Oh, in 2009, Avatar came out Christmas time, and that was a recession year, and it did great.
Okay. I asked you about Marvel movies. I didn't ask you about Avatar.
Oh, okay. I'm just talking about
we can find
excuses
excuses to get out of everything that I'm throwing in this film's path. That doesn't mean that they're going to be able to just jump over these hurdles as easily as you're explaining them away. That's all I'm saying. I want to be on record first, saying what I think about the film and how it's going to perform.
Certainly on record first with this.
For sure. Just so we're all on the same page.
Yeah.
You're in the Guinness Book of World Records, sir.
Raymond, is there any sign of it getting better? Look, why do y'all do this? Why do y'all look terror in the face and be like, nah, it's all good. We just gonna get past that. Hope y'all don't do that shit when y'all driving. Jesus. I guess I am. I'm on a limb by myself, Grand Regent. That's okay. I was on a limb by myself for Superman too.
No, you weren't.
I was.
No.
Y'all didn't come with me about Superman.
I was going against Chill with Superman. I had a whole
you
bet
said
with
Fantastic Four was going to make more, but you didn't think it was going to be a stinker like I thought it was going to be a stinker.
What was the bet?
I did think it was going to be.
I had it going less than 700 million.
I did think it was going to. Well, I didn't think it was going to be like a stinker like that, but I did think it was going to be a stinker. Because the whole argument that I had with Chill, because he kept saying every day, was the name Superman. And I was like, I don't know that that's going to do it.
We'll just have to wait it out, man. Okay. Okie.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. Like I said, I've never been more interested in a film's reception.
It did not, Grand Regent.
Than I am with Doomsday.
Raptor Cloak said once Feige is gone, perhaps Coogler goes with him. I think so. I mean, if you try to explain to someone else who's not Kevin Feige, oh yeah, I can't do a Black Panther movie with T'Challa, as I'm not capable of doing it because I have to believe in a kernel of truth, and it's not my truth. That guy's gonna say, okay, bye. I'll find someone who can direct Black Panther with
I
T'Challa.
still believe in Black Jesus in the midterms can shift things. Okay.
Wait, now are we talking politics? I mean,
well, because I mentioned the economy and how possible it is to get $1.2 billion out of this type of film, and it's okay. It's very, very lofty. It's lofty.
we will see. We will see. We will.
You feel pretty strongly about it for someone who, because you did say 850, like that's where you landed the plane at.
That's where I'm thinking it's gonna.
If I'm only 150 million away from $1 billion, I just wouldn't have this strong of an opinion and keep bringing it up every stream because you're only off by 150. If you thought this was only going to make like 500 million,
Doomsday with all of these characters and the amount of money that they've had to spend to make it and cast it makes $850 million, it's a failure. It's a failure. It just is. We haven't gotten a official budget on there, but best believe it's one of their largest budgets that they've ever had. 60 plus characters. By that roster alone, it has to be one of the most expensive films they've ever shot. If it doesn't make $1 billion, it's a failure. It's basically the last Mission Impossible. It's the same thing as the last Mission Impossible. They spent $400 million making it, and they couldn't make it all back because it was so expensive.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
Keep that energy. Keep it. I can't wait. Can't wait.
It's going to be fascinating.
I swear, man, I don't know why y'all so mad with the MCU. Y'all got all the faith in the world at them. Y'all believe in them so much. I don't know why y'all are so down on them.
No,
y'all have so much faith in them. Why are y'all so down? They're gonna do it. They're gonna do it, guys.
Title, and I believe in.
You believe in the Avengers title, even when it's being ran by Mr. Get Away From Me, Don't Talk to Me. You believe in that.
Yeah, because they're not going to franchise it after Mr. Get Away From Me. They're bringing back.
No. That is the current Avengers team in the MCU. So don't fool yourself and think that the OG Avengers.
We also don't know how they're marketing Doomsday.
Oh, but what I'm is there any scenario where the OG team outranks the actual team that we have in there now?
When it comes to
in terms of being visible on screen?
Curiosity. Well, we also don't know how it's going to be. So one of the examples I brought up the very first time we were talking about all of this was if you go back and look at everybody's screen time and Endgame and Infinity.
I'm like, why Blue ain't come up?
And then look at how everybody's screen time is, but then look at how it makes it seem like they're on screen for so long.
For sure.
Magic.
I don't think we had about a third of the people in that film than we're going to have in this one. And now you're going to have presumably 3 Avengers teams because you got the OG, then you got Yelena, the Thunderbolts, the new Avengers, then you got Sam's team. So there's only so many ways to split this cookie, man. How long the movie going to be?
Not if you've got teams that are working together. You had the Guardians working with Steve and Iron Man.
You're doing that thing again. I created an obstacle, and you like, no, they're just gonna get past it.
Because I'm giving you what they've given us before. You had the Guardians that were working.
Never
the Guardians
seen them try to work with 60 characters in one movie before. That's never been done. Not even Endgame was that big.
No.
So we literally, there's no track record to go off of with this.
There's not a track record of that to go off of, but when you're saying how are they going to do it, I would say same way they did with Endgame. You're putting teams together.
Yeah, but it's just a smorgasbord of teams that ain't never worked together, that don't know each other from nothing. I guess that's my issue.
The Guardians, before Thor slapped his body on their windshield, didn't know who the fuck he was. Then Rocket got on a ship with him and went to nowhere.
What was that?
Endgame.
That was Endgame?
Infinity War, actually.
What are we talking about? Say it again.
Okay, I'll give you that one.
When Hulk crashed into the Sanctorum, they didn't know who he was. He was just muttering Thanos is coming. They said
Hulk
who?
Smashed into the Sanctorum. Oh, yeah.
None of these people knew who Steve Iron Man didn't know.
Darius, come on, man. We liked the Hulk. We liked Steve. We liked Stephen Strange. Right. We liked all of those characters. What? We were excited to see them. Nobody gives a fuck about Red Guardian. Nobody cares.
My thing is, there's no reason. When the Hulk smashed into the Sanatorium, Strange and Thor had already linked us, so we're getting connection already. Thor, Stephen Strange, they had linked up already, right? For Thor's movie.
Yeah, but Thor wasn't there. He it's not like when he crashed into the Sanatorium, he was like, I just fell off Thor's ship. But hey,
no, what I'm saying is there is now like Strange should know this stuff. Shang-Chi, maybe he knows about the Avengers, maybe like who knows who in this situation? Yelena, maybe. Like what is gonna bring I got a whole bunch of trepidation when it comes to these movies. How the hell is Doom and Fantastic Four getting to the main 616? I think that's got to be established. I don't think he's just gonna be blinking. He's there, right?
Damn, so they're going to give equal time to all the characters while rehabbing the characters that weren't popular after Endgame. And then we're going to work in the OG characters and have them enough time to actually raise the story too. Don't forget, we also have to introduce Dr. Doom in this film and make him an ungodly figure too.
It's a lot to get around in this movie. It's just a lot to get around.
Sounds perfect. It sounds like a perfect melting pot. And I have so much faith that it's going to be successful.
The estimated budget, I'm looking at between 500 to 600 million. That's the estimated budget. That's what experts are predicting.
Thank you, Blueski. So now tell me that 850 is don't cough at 850. If you just spent
you misunderstood why I said that. I'm only saying that you're only off by 150. Like you weren't off by enough. That's why I said
a lot. 150 is a lot. That's a hump to get over 150.
You know what I'm saying? That's the difference between no profitability and.
What did the Marvels make? The Marvels, they just got over 150. What do we do? That's a lot to make up, right? What did the Marvels do? 202 or something like that?
The Marvels compared to Doomsday?
No, I'm talking about the hump of the 150. That's because he was like, it's only 150. No, 150 is a lot of money.
That's not what I meant either.
Well, what are you saying then? Because you said you're only off by 150.
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Okay. He's saying that Marcus is saying, if they make 850, which I do agree with Marcus. I think if they make 850, it's still a failure. But what Chill is saying is, if he's saying if they only make 150, because Marcus is saying they only make 150, but Chill is like, or 850, sorry. Chill is like, yeah, but you're making that like it's a really big deal, because they're only 150 away from that billion.
That's not what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I don't think anybody
know what you saying.
Now you got to clarify, because don't nobody understand.
No, don't worry about it. This is fine. It's not that key.
Let's talk about some supers then. Hold on. I will read this only because you gave us $2. Mark is saying Agatha more important than Bruce. No.
He's got no powers. Talking about a guy with no powers.
If there's no difference to you between Jimmy Olsen and Bruce Wayne, then I'll just leave that where it lies. I appreciate the $2.
What?
I'm gonna just leave that where it lies. $10 from ICPL.
ICPL Edwards.
Cool. 74. $10. We appreciate it. If BP is just a mantle, why do anti-recasters insist on a time jump for Toussaint to be an adult? Why not have a 5-year-old BP right now? I guess they're ageist and hate young kids. LOL, such hypocrites.
I like that.
That was a good one.
No, this is exactly their MO. The anti-recasters. Do you guys still conversate with them on Twitter?
No, they're mostly bots.
They don't anymore, because they are the Marjorie Taylor Greens of the anti-recast. They flipped the script and are now saying all the things we've been saying.
I also don't think that most of the people we was arguing with are actually real. I think that was counter programming from the folks who wanted you to just get along with it.
I'll still comment if they reply to me, and I'll give you like one. Maybe I'll give you 2 replies, and then I'm just done. I won't continue.
There is one. It's the one chill that you and I were going back and forth with, but I just recently was going back and forth with again. Remember when I asked you to send me Simone's recording on the podcast of her saying what Chad would have wanted, and he was going back and forth saying that I was saying that Simone was him. Gosh, he's the only one I've gone back. He won't come live with me because I've asked so many times.
He ain't real.
I've asked him. I've said, come defend that same point on the live stream. Come defend it on the live stream, and he won't do it. He has said, because that's the last thing. Because when we were arguing the last time, I said, well, he said something. We weren't arguing. He said something, and all I said was, come live. And he said, why do I need to come live? I'm not playing this with Marcus.
Like,
it just got worse every word. It was getting worse.
To the point.
Come.
Oh my.
Yes. Too much chopping on your ass. Let's see a real DD makes
I thought it was Daredevil's Doomsday.
Doomsday. Okay, yeah, I was about to say Daredevil making 1.4.
Well,
let's be real. DD makes at least 1.4 billion. Okay, y'all are very
confident.
That sounds real.
Oh, needs to make. Okay, I mean, that's what I would expect if I was putting up 500 million for a movie. But yeah, biggest thing that my studio has ever done with the most amount of characters we've ever shown in a single film.
They know their toy sales off of Infinity War and Endgame. They know what Deadpool Wolverine was able to do in merchandising. They have the answer, the numbers, the profit, the revenues from history. History is our greatest teacher. So when you hear that the budget for this new movie is so much, they're probably budgeting. I believe budgeting it accurate to like what to what am I trying to say?
What they expect to bring in. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure this is based on something. I'm sure the amount that they're putting into this film is based on something.
Yeah.
What I also think is that there's an extreme pressure, not just from us, but from inside that building to turn something to show confidence that they are actually putting in money into something valuable, because it's been a little wishy-washy, right? We keep talking about Deadpool. Deadpool was made by Fox.
Yeah, I said that, but don't nobody.
Deadpool was made by Fox. They didn't even make that in
I got a question. I got a question for y'all who think this will make $1 billion. If Avatar doesn't make $1 billion, will y'all change your mind?
Oh no, Avatar gonna kill that. Man.
Yeah, it's hard to answer that question because there's no way I fathom Avatar not making $1 billion. So.
I would take that as evidence that the movie market is diminished.
That's what I'm getting.
Where they can't make that money though. I would take that as evidence.
Movie market, not necessarily the brand.
Yeah,
I think Marvel's brand is ass, but the movie market to me is what's going to dictate whether Doomsday does good or not.
That's y'all think year 2 of a Orange Cheeto economy is going to be better, midterms or no midterms. Again, I really want to show y'all this beach house. It's beautiful. I've been trying to get it to somebody very beachy in the middle of Idaho. Just let me know. Y'all reach out to me, DM me. I'll get you the pictures.
I got show me them pictures, man.
I got you, bro. I got you for sure. One last one.
That part, I just want the paper. That part.
Tina says, "Let's get this Doomsday bet pot because Marcus is insane. I got $5 in it to start it off.
I'll throw 10 in there.
If anybody want to join." I'm dead ass serious, y'all. Like,
I'm not high on this.
It's more than just Marvel, and maybe I've been focusing too much on Marvel circumstances for y'all, and that's where a lot of the things come from. There's an AI bubble looming that could pop at any time and destroy our entire economy because most of our futures is betting in that, right? China has decided that they are going to try and taint the American media market by not allowing their biggest films to be seen in China as Superman. Now, how different would the conversation be if Superman brought in anywhere between 800 and 900 million? Would we even be sitting up here talking about this WB sale if they was able to rake in some China money? I'm just saying, y'all.
I think so.
There's a lot of other things to consider than just, oh, Marvel good. You know, they got it. They, Russo's, they can't lose.
China wasn't going to give them an additional 300 million for Superman.
I don't know what they was going to make. I'm just saying, if it did, what would how different would the conversation be about DC, Warner Brothers as a company, their prospects going forward?
Yeah.
Well, it's crazy you say that though, Marcus. The opposite is being said. Superman was a bright spot for Warner Brothers, but guess what? It's been a bad spot for Disney that they just put out. And I got to go to this meeting too. Well, I want to hear what we're going to be in there talking about, the shareholders meeting, because they put out that this was a real downs, but they named the 3 films. Mm-hmm. They named by name: Black America, Brand New World, Thunderbolts, Fantastic Four.
They did 3.
Yep, they named them by name in the article, saying that it was a down period for Disney. So.
We just had the Forbes article that told us that the Superman movie lost like $47 million. So it's
and they came out with a
and then they came out with another one. Yeah, see, like that's why you don't trust people sometimes. You don't trust these damn trades. They was telling the truth at first, and now they like, oh no, it's made 150 million. I'm like, from what? In the last 8 weeks?
From home movies?
I was about to say from home movies.
The first Forbes article was not a Forbes article; it was taken from something.
Uh-huh.
So if you go read that article, you see that it's not their article. This new article,
but also the math is clearly shown in that article, as opposed to the one where they said that they made 150 million. I don't know if it's off a home video because they never really.
I don't. Like
they didn't really give it. They didn't really tell us how. They mentioned.
I think that's just the new thing. All the ancillary stuff. We sold 3 million pins with Superman's logo on it.
But there's brand deals and licensing. I think it was Fantastic Four, and the article on Variety or Hollywood Reporter, one of them, the guys were like, "Oh, we already made 170 million based off of Little Caesars." Was it 170? Was that the number?
It was something like that. But that's always been them saying that now. That's always been the thing. There's always been brand deals. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, not all movies have brand deals.
Not all, but
you think Wakanda Forever had as many brand deals as Fantastic Four did? I don't.
They had a lot. They had Taco Bell. They had the NBA was on with them. They had a lot. It's
a lot.
The NBA. Explain that.
They were running Wakanda Forever, like the little specials that they have when they were doing it down on the, like they show the movie. Like not whole poster, but like
even the selling the Wakanda Forever like salute inside of what's that, Fortnite and all of that?
The skins.
Brand. Yeah, the skin. That's a brand deal.
I'm pretty sure Marvel pays Fortnite to be advertised there, and I'm pretty sure same with the NBA. It's not like the Little Caesars cross promotion thing. Let's use your IP to sell our product.
Well, then how are they making money off of Little Caesars and them then? Why wouldn't Little Caesars get in on that? Why wouldn't all of the other brand deals get in and charge Disney?
That don't make sense.
I literally just explained it. Little Caesars finds benefit in associating Little Caesars pizza with the Fantastic Four. And so Little Caesars will pay the Fantastic Marvel, let us use you, or let us use you on our cereal box. For the
Little
Wheaties,
Caesars,
that's what we're saying.
Right. Hold on, Blue. So Little Caesars finds value in promoting the MCU project because it'll help sell their product. But the NBA who plays on ABC, doesn't see value in promoting the product of their parent company.
All right, explain if money is transferred. Does the National Basketball Association give money to Marvel?
Yes.
They can advertise Marvel products to their millions of viewers and make sure that people come and buy that product.
Yes, they can. Yes,
so then who would be paying for that? The NBA or Disney?
Say again. Say the last part again.
Who would pay for that value? The NBA or Disney?
Who would pay to be advertised in front of millions of people? Disney would pay.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, Disney would pay NBA. If you're saying, what are you saying?
I'm saying Disney would pay the NBA to be advertised to all.
Yes.
So similarly, if I can take that 2.5 million people for 4 hours and extrapolate that out to 100 million people across the country on pizza boxes, is that not as valuable? Is that not worth $1 from Disney?
But they don't pay for it.
I'm saying Little Caesars is paying Disney. I think you're right.
Little Caesars pay Disney if the NBA's not. I don't understand that. I don't get.
Okay, so it's like with the NBA, I'm advertising my stuff to the NBA. Little Caesars is advertising their stuff to be in my film. You see what I'm saying?
So it's gonna be a Little Caesars box. It was a Little Caesars box somewhere in Fantastic Four. Okay, maybe I missed
it. It was some pizza in there. I ain't gonna say it was Little Caesars, but it was some pizza.
I think ad placement is different too as well. Yeah, I'm gonna pay you to put our logo in your movie. That's different. If you want me to put your likeness on my pizza boxes, you should have to pay me.
So think of Pepsi, and I forgot what movie Pepsi and Taco Bell was all in, but Pepsi and Taco Bell was all in that, and they were also on the soda cans and on the taco.
Star Wars,
the chips and all of that.
I do think this point is kind of moot though, because I don't think that you don't spend hundreds of millions of dollars on a film to make your money back on brand deals. You want to make it back theatrically. You want to put it in a theater and make your money back there.
Yeah, I think
the brand deals are supposed to be extra. That's supposed to be ancillary income. That's not the main, the lion's share of your income. You're not trying to get profitability off of brand deals.
That's what I'm saying. I think they're adding. Like, why are they telling us now that, like Tina just said, Lexus and Adidas paid such, and you know what I'm saying? Like the Lexus and Adidas deal gave us an extra 50 mil, so we're good. Like, why are they starting to do that now? It's because I think the market is down, so they got to figure out other ways. Remember, they don't have rentals. They don't have physicals and rentals popping like they once was.
Like it used to.
So
that's a cable thing. Yeah, that's what I say. Video on demand and home rentals is a cable thing.
Yeah,
that's not streaming services. That's mostly cable television.
Well, right, but they get money, so it's more money they're getting from, if who is that? Amazon has Wakanda Forever,
like licensing fees, but then that's after the theatrical run is already over, and we've decided whether or not the film is viable, whether or not it's profitable.
I'm with you, but the research I did on like older films, a lot of older films did become viable due to rentals and licensing.
But that was pre-streaming days. That was when the only other way you could see this after it leaves the film is renting it at home on your cable.
Yeah, no, I'm just throwing that out there. I think that everything is going back to that. I think they're gonna figure out a way to get rid of streaming, because I'm looking at the musicians. Musicians hate streaming, and they're doing everything.
Actors hate streaming,
right? And
most
I think
creators hate streaming.
I think they hate streaming. I think they're doing everything that they possibly can to sabotage streaming. And if I know these studios put all this money into streaming, if they were smart, they would get out the streaming business, because it's not a moneymaker.
Well, they can't get out. It's too much cost in it now. They can't fully get out, but they could focus a little bit more of their energy into theaters and linear content, as opposed to trying to prop up these apps.
I'll believe it when that theatrical window gets extended longer. I don't want to see a movie on my streaming service that was just in the movies 3 months ago.
You know what tells me that they want to make the theatrical money, but they're too scared to switch and pivot away from streaming, is re-releases. They absolutely know when a hit is going to be a hit because they put it back in the theaters.
Right.
Now, just imagine if you had the forethought to actually just leave it in the theaters to begin with, so it could ride through its original momentum, because Sinners dealt with that, right? Sinners had great momentum over the summer, and instead of just extending their run where they were, we're going to pick up some theaters around Halloween time. That's not the right mentality. First of all, you let all your momentum die. No, because a couple reasons. You let your momentum die, right? When everybody's excited to see the movie, put it in more theaters so they can see the movie. Don't wait 4 months and then put it back out. Number two, you had very little competition over the summer with the horror film. You tried to release in the middle of Weapons. You tried to release in the middle of The Last Conjuring. You tried to release in the middle of Black Phone 2. Those are more popular franchise Halloween films. people are going to go see those first before they go see their third or fourth viewing of Sinners again.
Well, this was the third re-release of Sinners.
It was the second. When did they re-release it?
They did it. Remember, it came out of theaters and then they put it back in theaters. Like right.
I remember they had that showing in Mississippi. That was like a special thing. No,
I want to say
they put it back in theaters nationwide.
No, it was returning to IMAX theaters, but it was still during that like April or May. What was it? Was it Final Destination Bloodlines? Whatever.
Yeah.
Warner Brothers had the rights to a movie, and then there was like 10 theaters in the world that IMAX would play Sinners instead of playing Final Destination. So does that count as a re-release? I don't know, but them not showing in 4,000 theaters domestically was the fault of Warner Brothers, not theirs. And the second week of Sinners, it went into more theaters, and it never like stopped. It was fine. I don't know what you mean by like they waited for Halloween to put it into theaters.
Ride that momentum. Wow, like you just said.
Explain that. What exactly is ride momentum? What does that mean?
So instead of a 6-week theatrical window,
he's saying run it all the way to October. That's what he's trying to say.
Piggyback off of that same run.
So if you couldn't see Sinners on week 7, it was out?
No, chill. Listen to what I'm saying. It came out in what, like April, May time, right?
April.
So
18th?
instead of stopping it,
it stopped. When did Sinners stop?
When did it come out of the theater? I mean, well, by the end of May, it was out, right?
Okay, maybe in your movie theaters, but no, it didn't have like that stop that you're saying it had.
Okay. This is we're spinning out of control. It doesn't matter because the theatrical run ended in the summer. It wasn't in theaters, and then they put it back in theaters around Halloween. Is the point I'm trying to make? So it stopped. If you were going to re-release the film, why wait all the way until Halloween, clear out of its original theatrical window to do that? Instead, invest in the theaters up front, like you said, put it in the adequate amount of theaters to start and extend its original run when people are wanting to go see it.
Who do you think is responsible for extending its original run? Because to my knowledge, customers pay to watch a movie. When customers aren't paying to watch the movie anymore, they reduce the amount of
say that it was consistently going up week over week. You just said that. You just said that Sinners consistently wasn't dropping. It was going up week over week. So then why not ride that momentum? The customers were buying.
It was not going up week.
I want you to go to Box Office Mojo, not now, but sometime when you're alone and you're thinking of me, you just go there.
No. I don't need Box Office Mojo. Those were your words I was going off of. So maybe I just need to review your words more clearly. This isn't a Box Office Mojo thing. You said out of your mouth that it was going up and up and up. So
Box Office Mojo will show you that after the first week of Sinners, it was showing in more theaters. You'll be like, oh, there's 50 more theaters showing this movie.
I brought that up to you originally. That was my point. Right.
And then if you continue scrolling down Box Office Mojo, you'll see that it went from making $2 million a day, $1 million a day, to like 50,000 and 20,000. And then it was taken out of movie theaters. It wasn't like pulled prematurely, like they were still earning money. It had the exact same theatrical run every other movie has.
Never said it was premature. I said
you said it was stopped.
If you were going to, it stopped, meaning the run stopped. I didn't say it stopped short. I didn't say it didn't go as long as it was. I said if you were going to re-release it at Halloween, take the summer viewership and continue to make the money there, as opposed to waiting several months and re-releasing it in the middle of competition.
It's not their choice. Like Warner Brothers, Sinners.
It's absolutely their choice on whether to extend.
What was I going to finish my sentence with, Marcus?
It's not their.
What was I going to finish? Yeah, go ahead. What was I going to finish my sentence with?
I was about to say, why would you ask me to answer a question and then keep talking? It's absolutely their choice. They choose to pull a movie out of the theaters at a certain date. They choose to re-release it on a certain date. It's 1,000% their choice. If you're saying that they have to go off of what the audience is paying for, and you're saying at that point, well, they probably had to pull it because they weren't buying it anymore. Okay. Then where is the logic that you're going to make money in Halloween in the middle of other Halloween franchises?
Cinemas have a say in what they put out.
Right.
Yes, there are times.
Theater's choice.
There is times where Warner Brothers, like for Superman, they could say, "Hey, let's take this out of movie theaters," or like, yes, a movie studio can do that. There's no evidence that Warner Brothers decided,
Okay.
we're gonna stop playing Sinners. They
How
wanted it
this
to
how
do.
this works is the studios buy the auditoriums. When it's no long, when the auditoriums start shifting to more popular movies, the theaters pull back. The studios pull back. The theaters start showing other things in their large auditoriums. That's how that goes. Now, yes, there isn't a relationship with the customers. When they stop buying, the theaters start putting other theaters or other films up more. The studios realize that and they say, okay, it's time to wrap it up and turn this thing over to home demand. But they absolutely have a decision on whether or not to buy more auditoriums or not. They can purchase as many auditoriums as long as they want to.
No.
What are you talking about? Because as long as they're buying the space, you think that the AMC is going to tell Disney no if they want to extend the run? So if Disney wants to buy more theaters, they're going to tell them no.
Yes.
Okay.
Depends. As a person who's put a movie in a movie theater, yes, they will most definitely tell you no.
You put them, and I'm not trying to disrespect you, Blue, but like
in AMC, yes. I put a movie
right. You're not Disney. You are not the Disney Corporation.
Right. No, what I'm about to explain is there's a schedule and it's already worked out. That's how we already know that such and such is coming out here. Those auditoriums is already bought, paid for already.
Mm-hmm.
So when Sinners came out, in order for Sinners to be put back into or re-released, they had to either move something or take something out. Warner Brothers did.
The same way that they would have had to do originally if Disney decided, or Warner Brothers decided to purchase more theaters at the time that it was already out. They would have had to move something out, and that would have increased the price. Now, I'm not saying it would have been cheap. I'm not saying it would have been cheap. You probably would have came out net neutral like they did in Halloween because they didn't make enough money to cover the cost of the theaters that they bought to put it in. But I'm saying if you're going to do that in general, why not do it off the heels of the actual run? Why expect to capture the same audience 3 months later?
Because it's Halloween. That's it. This wasn't a money maker.
But you got comp though, right? There are other studios who are primed to roll out during Halloween.
I don't think it was more so to make money. I don't. I think if we make money, we make money.
Now that I can take.
Yeah, I don't think it was for that. I just think it was Halloween. Let's put Sinners back out. Let's see what it does because we've already made our. Think how many theaters did it go to? It didn't go to a full set of, you know what I'm saying, a full set of theaters. So yeah, we can buy 10, 15,000 theaters and call it a day. One show, you know what I'm saying? Like one.
This is essentially what I'm saying. Like I'm not saying it's cheap, obviously, but again, they just ran that same scenario. Now, if you're trying to tell me that they wasn't trying to make money,
I don't
then that makes sense to me because it's not a money making venture at that point.
If let's say I have, because Warner Brothers would have had The Conjuring in theaters at that time.
The Conjuring, Weapons, and I don't know if Black Phone 2 was Warner Brothers. That was another horror film.
It would have been Black Phone. I think it would have been Black Phone. So, well, no, I'm talking about for Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers would have had. No, it should have been The Conjuring. I'm sorry, The Conjuring would have been in theaters around Halloween, correct?
Mickey 17 was another time.
No, I'm talking about Halloween that just happened. So Halloween, right? If they say, all right, we'll get rid of one Conjuring showing to add Sinners in, I think that's what happened. You see what I'm saying? So what, Sinners went to IMAX?
Yeah.
So that means that they would have to pull a Conjuring out of IMAX for Sinners. So that's a big gamble in itself, right? Sure. Because now you're making, like you said, I got The Conjuring, which is a big IP against Sinners.
I think it's just as big of a gamble as putting Sinners back in a large scale theater in week 9, 10, 11, 12. If you extend it that long. I mean, hey, I'm a proponent of extending. I think you run it until don't nothing come out. So nobody's seeing it no more.
So there's one person in there and the ceiling cave in like Black America. You know what I'm saying? I'm down with that. But in this new era that goes, you know what I'm saying, throw it on streaming. Hey, the people like it. We think we got an audience for them to see it in IMAX again. Let's throw it in there for Halloween. Call it a day. What they did, one day, one weekend or something like that. Call it a day. Go home.
But I think that herky jerky nature of it is a problem, right? If you believe in it theatrically, buy the adequate amount of theaters to start, leave it in there for a long ass run and let it die in the theaters. Don't. That's just my thought. That's my thought process.
I'm with you, but I think also too, I think it's way more content than it was back in the day as far as theatrical content. You know what I'm saying? Like it's way too many movies, I think, coming out to do that, especially going into the summer. It was at one point in time that, you know what I'm saying, there was so many movies from all these different studios.
I think they had from the time. Well, what was? I don't know. I don't want to keep stretching out the argument. I think everybody knows
you
where
probably
we at.
could have ran it all the way through spring, maybe all the way through spring, coming up into the summer. I think you pull it, or you just let it die on its own. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you take it around the back and shoot it like Old Yellow. But
That's where I'm at with it.
I would like to see the numbers on its last couple weeks before they officially pulled it. I would love to see the numbers if it was still making money, or if it wasn't. I think he got a headache, so do more research. He looked like he got a headache.
Which word dropped? Was it?
That was still in theaters.
Damn.
Nah.
I was gonna say, when Infinity War was over the summer in 18, right?
No,
When did it come out?
February 14, I think, was Black Panther.
Yeah,
Infinity War was
ain't no way it ran that long.
It was when?
Of April.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe it probably was then. It was following month.
Was it in April? February, March, April. Yeah, that's a 2-month run, I guess. Yeah, maybe, but I don't.
They absolutely do, but they will take your foolhardy measure of buying theaters for films that won't show. Ask the Morbius re-release people. They will take your money. They will replace a popular film and put your shit back in the theaters if you're gonna pay for it. They just will.
But that's
telling you, like this
I hate that you brought up more because we know Morbius is like the wrong example, but you're right.
No, it's not.
He's right.
They will put Morbius back in the theaters. Come on.
But but the thing is, Sinners should have been either, like you said, a long theatrical run or put back in theaters. Morbius, not so much. They went off of what? Social media impressions?
But I'm not saying it was a good move. I'm not saying that was the adequate move to make. I'm just saying they will do it. If you have the cash, you willing to take the split, they will take the movie. They're not really in a position to turn it away.
Oh, you talking about theaters?
The theaters, yeah.
But that was also coming out of the pandemic. I want to say with Morbius.
They still coming out the pandemic.
Okay.
They in no better shape today than they was in 2020.
Gotcha.
Damn, 3.5 hours is crazy. We gotta go, y'all.
Morbid nuts.
We forgot to talk about.
What did we not talk about? The Super Mario trailer. You got 5 minutes in you? Somebody got the trailer? No, everybody's still here, right?
I think they'll ding us for that trailer.
They've been going crazy with the dings lately, man.
Then they don't get it.
Okay.
Bye, everyone.
All right.
Appreciate you. Are we doing a morning show tomorrow or afternoon show?
Are you available tomorrow?
Yeah.
Yes, we mind.
It's never morbid.
It's been real, y'all. Y'all know where to find me. Live Sundays at 4:30 at Back of the Bus. Find Darius over here at Planet Fanatics. You got anything coming up, Darius?
No, still trying to move. Yeah.
You moving again? Didn't you just recently move?
Man, yes, but I live in the city and I need to get back. I need to get back home. I need to get back home. I hate this with a passion. I mean, I don't think I told I might have told y'all this, but like this. Why I didn't tell y'all this? This is recent. So I go to a one of the collectible stores up here quite often, and I was talking to the dude, and then it's like, oh yeah, I would have been here. Yes, he was like, oh, I had a Colossus in here yesterday. He was like, that. Anyway, I was gonna grab it, and he was like, I was like, oh, I couldn't come in. I'm trying to move, and he's like, where do you live now? And I told him, and he's like, oh, Yeah, so I live on that side of the city. I live in the not in the best side of the city. Like I think maybe a month in, somebody broke in and stole Capone. I think I might have told you. Maybe I didn't put that. Yeah, somebody broke in, stole Capone. They had whoever it was had been watching my work pattern, watching how long I'm gone. I think they thought Capone was like a young spring chicken. He's 11, so when they realize that he's old, doesn't do shit, blind in one eye, they left him like maybe 7 blocks from here. I found somebody picked him up. I got him 2 days later. Yeah,
that story got sadder than I thought it was about to be.
Yeah. So I'm ready to get the fuck out of here. So the drive too, because I mean I'm working in Norman, so the drive is shit. That's why I'm late every Thursday, because that drive is shit. But I'm close. I'm close to getting somewhere new.
I am Too Fly Cam, Pastor Raising Canes, Darius. Share it, man.
That's my
Blue.
Canes.
We appreciate you coming on, rapping with us.
Thank
Tell the folks where to find you.
Blues House on YouTube and everywhere else, man. I ain't give y'all nothing this week because I've been doing auditions and stuff for this
Tyler Perry.
What's that?
For Tyler Perry.
Nah, man, I ain't did a Tyler Perry joint. It's been a minute since I did anything with Tyler Perry.
Yeah, don't go back. It's dangerous over there, bro.
It's dangerous. Nah, I don't be close like that, man. I don't be close like that. But nah, I've been doing a couple auditions,
Robert.
And not me, man. Nah, never that. But normally I get to work with like the females, man. I get to work with the girls, dog. You know what I'm saying? Most of the Tyler Perry stuff that I do don't necessarily be a Tyler Perry production. It'll be like I did this Christmas film with Candy and
Candy Burst.
Yep, Candy Burst and old girl from House Party and AJ Johnson and
so
where can I see it at?
It's on BET Plus.
Okay.
It's on BET Plus. I did Keisha Cole's biopic.
Downloading that.
You got a lot of lines.
Nah, man, I normally do back. I think I only had a line in. I want to say it was Keisha Cole's biopic. I think I had a line in that. But I normally do
like Keisha Cole in her biopic. I didn't even know she had a biopic.
She did.
She played. That's hilarious. That's funny as hell.
I mean, shit.
That is fucking funny.
I mean, I guess herself. Why not? It ain't like it was the biggest of budgets. You know what I'm saying?
No, I just think it's funny to play yourself in your own life movie. I think it's funny.
I mean, other than the gap, it ain't like she done changed too much. You know what I'm saying?
No,
like,
she still looked like her. She still looked like her.
Looked like when she first came out. Other than getting her teeth fixed. That's it. But
yes, we got one of the greatest songs too. Well, when it comes to everybody knowing that joint.
Yeah. She cool people too. She cool people.
All right, Pantheanas. It's been real. We'll see y'all next Thursday. Make sure y'all show up. Cue to Josh.
Hey, I've been watching y'all every single time on Thursday and Friday because I swear to God, y'all switch up every now and then. But rock out. I'm fucking with it. I'm out.
Thank you, Josh.
Appreciate it.